Hello, everybody. Welcome in, guys. Welcome to the stream. Today we're playing some Dune, back to some Dune, and we're actually in the DD, and we are working on finishing up the PvP arena. What are we working on? We're gonna head back out there. We were out there earlier, and I had to dip out for dinner. And going to be out there now. Sorry about not letting you guys know when I'm streaming. It's been Funcom. They pushed back. It looked like some stuff. Maybe they're struggling on PTS or what have you. So yeah. So I was going to be streaming earlier today, but we don't have anything to play on PTS right now, so I didn't bother. So whenever that stuff goes live and it happens, hey, what's up, Rev? I will let you guys know. Let me actually, I didn't get my chat bot going. Let me get that fixed. I should have really restarted Windows before starting the stream. In hindsight, I've been having all kinds of weird behavior, and usually just a restart fixes it. Hopefully we're okay. We'll just cross our fingers here. But yeah, we'll be streaming as soon as we can. The updates, the changes to on the PTS, so I'll let you guys know whenever that happens. And until then, we're gonna go work on this base a little bit, try to get it in a little bit better shape, and then we'll do some testing stations. We actually have on our server right now, our faction has increased range damage, so really excited about that. We're gonna try to grind some stuff out. So we've been doing radiation recently. It's kind of on a radiation kick. Nani and some of the crew need some GRDA amplifiers, which is going to drop from there. So we're going to be doing a decent amount of radiation, but we might hop over to whatever else too. At some point, I should probably do some more dark, just because I haven't really been doing it. And there are a couple of things I'd like from there. Right now, this is the easiest way I have found to just get some materials for, what you want to build and take it out to the DD is just make it, delete it. It goes into your inventory, and then you can just drop in your Thopter. I'm going to get enough material here. Maybe I'll do one more for pentashields on this base. I left the guys, I know at least one of them had to dip out. I assume everybody did, so it's probably in the same spot that it was left in previously. You got to make sure you deposit it, take it out of your inventory, though, because if you do build it again, it'll just take from your inventory. So you got to make sure you get rid of it. Hello, guys. Welcome in. All right. Hopefully that is enough for right now. I was going to bring some fuel cells, but I think we can just grab some out there. I don't think it should be a huge deal. We'll see. Yeah, so Zeva and Frey have been helping with this. Nani right now is actually doing a tank, I don't know, tank session. I don't know. She's teaching people the basics of tanking in ESO over in Asylum Sanctorum, Veteran Asylum Sanctorum. Really good place to go in because you can jump immediately to a boss fight. So she's helping those guys right now. We could actually drop in and say hi in a little bit if you guys are interested. What up, Krabby? Well. How's it going? Yeah, sorry about the late start. Sorry about the, just I can't control it. Funcom. Blame Funcom. What up, Christopher? What's going on, man? All right. Come check it out. It was a little bit, so we're like, should we build like on the line or just build all the way in PvP? And we're worried that some people might want to come out but would be afraid to go into PvP. So we wanted to build on the line. We weren't really sure what was the best idea, but we just picked one or the other. And we're just like, yeah, let's just build on the line. So we've got the base where the PvP arena is actually in the PvP zone, but like we built right along the line. Took a little bit to find it, and it took a little bit of chicanery to get to that. Like we had to use multiple vertical staking thieves and a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, it worked out okay. Right. There it is, popping in. So it is going to look a little boxy. it's going to be a little bit rough. Oh, can we park in here? I don't think it's what it's meant for, but that's what I'm going to do. Cool. All right. Yeah, this is all... Frey must have kept going a little bit. Yeah, we got a little... Oh, man, we got a little doorway. Oh, my God. It looks like a little guy. It's got a little face. It's got a little face to it. Oh, man, that's really good. Don't know if that's intentional or not, but it looks quite fun. Let's see what we got. Yeah, all this wasn't done. Oh, yeah, here's the viewing area. So we got the bleachers. And it looks like I might be in charge of the actual arena. So I went maybe a little bit high. I just wasn't sure how high to go. And then, yeah, there should be a staging area down here for what's going on in here. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. The doors are they set to manual? Maybe not. Huh. Yeah, there you go. So as soon as you come through here, you're now in the PvP arena. These areas here are supposed to be where the two competitors who are on deck. Okay, so they come over here. This is where they're going to be at. And then I think maybe over here somewhere is going to be where you can swap out your gear and everything. And then, yeah, so we just got to finish up the arena. What'd I go, 5 high? Yeah, 5 might be too much. But we'll see. So we're just going to keep going on these walls, I think. Trying to borrow a... hey, thanks, man. Yeah, that's all Frey and Zeva, who are doing a great job. Yeah, looks really good. Yup. It's nice having some people that can make a decent looking build. Because it's not one of my skills. So I'm trying to think. We got 3 spots here. Maybe we just post up, let's just like build what we know we're going to want over here. Yeah, it's really cool. I saw that's what they did when I was on Harmony. That's what those guys had done, and I just thought it was a nice touch to do that. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's right. Or is that too many? No, that's good. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll just build that there. Kind of come over here and do the same thing. Do the servers today? Yikes. There's been crazy rubber banding. There's been all kinds of issues on our server, at least. I don't know what's going on, but it's been a little bit rough today. I'm glad I'm building and not doing anything else. Hopefully the stations will go fine later on. But yeah, it's a little tough. Yeah, it's been shaky. Yeah, it's been pretty rough. You're like, are we okay? I've like literally rubber banded by, I don't know, a very long distance, like 50 meters or something like that, like rubber banding, and you're like, servers, are you guys okay? Everybody okay in there? All right, so the main thing, I'm not really worried about, we are going to be making a cube. We are joining the Borg. We are going to be a cube person in this. I was just trying to break up the pattern and maybe also provide a little natural light in here if we get the sun out and everything, so it's not completely pitch dark. Kind of the vague vibe I'm going with here. There's probably a better pattern, a better way of doing these. I can appreciate, it's really weird. I'm not really good at creating things, I don't feel like, that are particularly good looking. But I do have an eye for what looks good, I feel like, once. So I can build something and be like, yeah, that doesn't look good, but actually creating it takes a while. Kind of an iterative process for me. I've been getting to OP. It's been rough on the servers. Yeah. All right. I don't know what to do with this little space here. We got 2 space. We got room for something. It's not really going to follow the pattern of everything else, unfortunately. I guess this isn't the end of the world. What do we do? You know what? Let's do another wall. Let's do another like picture wall, maybe, for some more light, maybe. And then let's do another one of these like, I don't know, little techno sci-fi futuristic looking ones. There we go. Is there 3 on the other side? Am I crazy? Did I do a different pattern? Oh no, okay, we just do one of these. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Move further inside the land claim. Oh my god. Oh dude, why did it let me build like that? Oh my goodness. Well, that's not going to work. Yikes. All right, well, I don't think there's anything to be done. Just going to take it out. Oh, man. All right. So, all right, so what we're going to do is we'll just change our pattern. Not a big deal. It's all good. Not a big deal. We'll just change the pattern here, and then we'll just delete that corner, and then we'll be fine. Man, this replace feature is certainly nice, right? Before this would have taken forever. What about you guys? What has everybody been up to today? Do anything in Dune? Any Duning going on? I know Rev's been going hard. And then, you know what? I guess I could use that as like a template so I don't have to like look behind me for what's going on. A spectator is going to be able... Wait, what? Our spectator is going to be able to throw grab grenades, etc., in lieu of rotten fruit, like at the Coliseum. You know, I don't know what would happen if you threw a grenade. So first off, unfortunately, probably not, because we do have a pentashield up for the viewing area here. But I do like the idea. That's like, I know you're joking probably, Scott, but like, it's actually kind of a good idea. Like, we might have to do one where like people are throwing stuff into the arena, as long as like, you know, maybe we have to like set people up where like half of them are on one side, half of them are, you know, or like rooting for somebody. It's actually kind of a fun idea. We might have to try that, Scott. What do you think I've been up to? Yeah, I figured, Rev. Just living in a shack for a week. Oh no. Oh no, yeah, Krabby, I'm sorry. Poor crab. I hope you're finding some fish or other things, delicious things to eat. I'm not sure what crabs are super keen on. Aren't they kind of like omnivores? That kind of, maybe not omnivores, but I don't know. I don't know what crabs eat. But I hope you find some delicious food on the server you're temporarily banished to, Krabby. Okay. Now a couple of picture windows. Yeah. Other crabs? Oh no. Yes. Yeah. This is going to be our dueling arena for Friday, Rev. Which you should come join, man. Did you see the signups in the Discord? Yeah, it's going to be on Friday. I can pop up our little blurb. Wait. Okay, that is right. All right. Dude, well, the whole point of this one is just like, you're just supposed to be learning, you know? That's all it's about. It's not that serious, man. So it would be a good chance to like to get to try it out, man. But yeah, you can also just come and watch. It'll be Friday. I say that. It's the 8th. Let me see if I can't pull up the... It's on the channel here too, guys, on YouTube. If you just go to like my posts, you'll find it there. But let me pull up the really nice... And there's like a link and stuff too, because there's like signups for it, just so we can kind of space people out. Right now, I thought we are going to get more people. I don't know if people are planning on coming but haven't signed up yet, or what's going on. But let me pull it up. Yeah, Battle of the Sleepers. Gentessa made some really nice art for us. Yeah, May 8th, 8 p.m. Central Time. There you go. So 7 p.m. my time. Central, that's +1 for East Coast, -2 for West Coast. So 6 p.m. West Coast time, 9 p.m. East Coast. We're trying to find a time that would work best for everybody. If you're, yeah, is that Friday? Maybe it's Saturday. Let me check. What is today? That is Friday. Yeah. We don't have any plans, do we, Liriel, that I forgot about? Now that I'm panicking. Okay. Hey, what's up, Rodrigo? Rodrigo's leveling up too on the server level, or he has been leveling up an alt. What's going on, man? All right. Well, hopefully that's the last hiccup we run into. Get this thing dried in. I don't know if dried in is the right term in Dune, but you guys know what I mean. Level 37 right now. Nice. Nice. All right. Okay, I think that's good. And then we'll just do, I'll just kind of I'll mirror that side. And we'll do this. And then I'm going to maybe see, we should do some like VIP boxes at the top, Is it going to throw things off if, oh yeah, that's a foundation piece. Yeah, okay. Well, we're just going to do that. Or, what we could do, and I actually like this idea. Let's follow this. Is it going to work? I think it works. So let's replace. So we're going to swap this out, and we're going to drop the level, I think, a little bit here. And then yeah, we're going to demolish the top here. And okay, that's at the right, is that the right level? Yeah, I think it is. Oh, here it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of, there's no half walls here or something. So we'll throw in a couple of half walls, and then why don't we do some inclines? Actually, let's delete that. And then, yeah, I think that'll work pretty well. Maybe some, do we do full ones? I was thinking maybe half, but maybe fulls? I don't know. That's it, not going to pop into the right. Doesn't really like that orientation. This could be a problem. Oh, it's I think it's blocked by the railing. Is it a railing? No, it's a roof piece. What do we do? Maybe like I'm not sure what I want to do here. I'm struggling. All right, but I think for now we still can kind of do like a corner like this or something. Is this going to make sense for this to ramp up and then the roof? We could cut off a top layer and then just do it like kind of leaned in. I actually like that idea, and then it's not quite so boxy. I don't know if I'm making any sense with what I'm saying, guys, but in my head it makes sense. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, Rev, to learn how to duel, man, and just to learn how to PvP a little bit. Yeah, that's all. That's all it's about, man. Though. Yeah, that's all it's about. And it's not about like we'll pair people. We'll try. I don't know. We don't have enough people for it to be like 100%, but like we'd like to be. We'd honestly need probably at least twice the people we have. But the idea it's not. We don't care who wins. Is what I'm trying to say. Everybody comes out, gets a million Solari just for coming out. We're just trying to get people to get a chance to do a little PvP in an environment that is hopefully pretty comfortable and fun for everybody. And that's all it's about, man. And people will be like sharing and passing on info about like, hey, here's what works, or hey, when you did this is why this didn't work, and that kind of thing. So if you want to learn, if you're interested at all at PvPing, or if you just think it would be interesting or fun, you should sign up. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay, cool. You're down. I talked you into it already. All right. If I can transfer in time, I'll be there. Awesome. Cool. Fingers crossed, Grabby. Fingers crossed. And we'll figure out something, I think, on this lip. I don't know what we'll do, but I think we'll figure something out once we're done that hopefully doesn't require me to redo a bunch of stuff. Cool. And then I'll change out. I'll swap out a couple of pieces. Rodriguez says, I noticed the rad suit you lent me has higher armor values than anything I'll get until in-game. Oh, really? Did I give you like one of the... Did I give you one of the armored ones? Or is it just because it's tier 6? Rodrigo needed a rad suit earlier, and so I came and gave him like a... I thought it was a plain tier 6 one. But maybe it's... Yeah, just because it's tier 6. Yeah, dude. Where do I sign up? In the Dune General channel, man. Just scroll up a bit. Here, I'll reply to the post and give you a ping. How about that? There you go, man. Gave you a ping there. All right. That feels good. This feels like a little bit more... I don't know. Feels a little bit better to me. Maybe not a lot, but a little bit. Maybe we should use true roof tiles. I don't know what would be best. We got plenty of room. I'm really bad at making roofs. I know that seems like how are you bad at that, but just trust me. I don't know if this is going to look weird now. Maybe I should have just used regular roof pieces. The problem is, like, it doesn't matter, really. However, if it looks wonky, I'm going to be getting crap for it for at least a week. Leading up to the event, I will be given a hard time by the crew, and then possibly for some time after. So, some indeterminate time after. I don't know if that looks stupid. Let's go see. It might look pretty stupid. Well, we're gonna leave it. You guys can be like, I was there when Nighthar was making those bad decisions. Yep, I was thinking the whole time, that's really ugly, dude. Why would you do that? But no, he insisted. Got a lot of action out here. A lot of people have been flying around. I don't know if they're just checking it out, maybe, or what. A lot of peeps flying around. Uh-oh. Hope we don't run out of stability. Come on. Oh, okay, good. I was like, woo! That was close. All right, and then maybe some of these guys for some lights up here. I kind of like the idea. We could also play around with doing like some sort of pattern or something, but we do want it to be well lit in there. I mean, it doesn't need to be like bright as day, but I don't want people... I don't think vision is... Although that could be an interesting thing for like future matches. Whenever we made the last our dueling arena. We did have several levels that never got really used that had different kind of goals and different. They were just different, just, to make it add a little variety to things. Do we put some of these in? These guys just look like. Yikes! This is the rubber banding I was talking about. Golly. Like stuff is completing and then still like then uncompleting. Oh, okay, cool, man. Sweet. And we have gear and stuff too. Had it too. Okay, so it's just the server. Wow, that's wild. All right. These poor servers. Are you okay? I don't think they are. I don't know what to do here. Just like a little cap or something. Seems sufficient. And then what I'd like to do, and I don't know if I'm gonna try this tonight. But what I was thinking is in that other arena that I took a screenshot of it. I actually used it for a thumbnail. Whew. Okay, we're good. In that other arena, they had like spelled out on the top like PvP arena, and I'd like to have that so that people know they're in the right spot. And they had a giant sword too, which was pretty cool. My friend said he gave up on playing Conan online tonight. Servers are bad there too. Dude, do you think that's what it is? Are they sharing servers? And everybody's playing Conan now? And there's like a big influx of people? Oh, Rev, don't worry about the social security number thing, man. Don't worry about that. Yeah. And mother's maiden name? Yeah, don't worry about that stuff, man. Don't even stress it. Huh. I am going to look. I got to look and see if I can't find. If I can find the picture, and I'll pop it up so you guys can see it as well. I think I shared it with somebody. Either that or it's just like randomly. Oh, it's right here. Perfect. Excellent. Yikes. I don't know if I'm going to be able to copy this. It's really well done. Okay, so here's what I'd like. That looks pretty good, right? So I might use this as my basis for spelling out things. It's going to take up most of this other screen. Hope that's cool. Man, they spelled that out pretty big too. Let me just count how many. At least 20. At least 20 wide. Okay. We're at like 10 here. That's not happening at all. I bet we can go wider at a few different points. We didn't know what we're just kind of making this up as we go along, guys. I know many of you are guys like, yeah, we know. We can tell. But all right. So like we built perfectly on like in a diamond inside of this. Well, they are stacked. It says PvP and then arena below, so I think that's good. But like the arena part was, so each letter looks like it's 3 spaces, and then you need at least 1 in between. So then you've got 5. So you know what? Their A has like an extra little like accent mark looking thing on it that we could probably get rid of. Oof. Good luck. Well, thanks, Ref. Thanks, man. So that's, what do we say? 3, so 4 basically. So, and then yeah, it's got to be 20. It's got to be at least 20. But I think we could do it here and have it like in the front. The question is, will we have the stability we want? I guess we can just try and find out. And, I don't know if we build up from the walls just to like, I don't know how the stability, like I'm probably not as learned on how the stability should be as a real builder. So because I think walls like transfer, right? They don't cost you any stability, if I am correct. Yeah. Oh, for land claim. Okay, but that's one, two, three, four. I think this is actually enough. Five, and then pretty close. Close enough. We'll make it work. All right, let's try. Because in theory, we don't need a space on either end. I think this will be just good enough. All right, so let's give it a shot, and then maybe I'll build it. I'm gonna build it on the back side of this, and I'll actually have to like probably add some floors or something. Oh no, I guess I don't. Let's also do this. This will be a better idea. Sorry, I'm trying to see what the wall piece is here. Okay, it's just normal wall pieces. Or like the generic ones that don't really look that great. They're just going to have the holes in them. I feel like I'm saying a lot of words, and in my head it vaguely makes sense, but I'm worried it doesn't make sense to anybody else. But all right, and this actually was this going to let us build out more? No, it's not. Okay. All right, good enough. Let's start building. I think we're going with Harco on this one. Yeah, this is on the normal server. It's in the PvP part of the Deep Desert, Rev. If you come in the center, head northwest. Yeah, so head to your left a little bit and into the Deep Desert, and you'll see it there. Also, in that picture, they made a friggin' sword, which was really cool. Like, the sword looks legit, and I don't know how they did it, but it looks really good. I mean, it looks like it has a handle, it has a hilt, looks like it's stuck into the ground. Incredibly impressive. All right, so, dude, I don't even know what pieces those are. They're Harkonnen pieces, I think, right? Is this one side of these guys white? Maybe? That looks like it. Okay. And then, you know what? I think I can maybe make this a little bit more condensed than theirs. Think that'll work? Oh, no, I see what they did there. uh... Hmm. Well, we'll just try this. Okay, and then going across here, and I'm literally just, oh, yikes. Oh my god, I'm doing it again. All right, that's a little hard to, it just cranes the neck looking up, you know, you just gotta. All right, and then, man, they did this really interesting. So they use different kinds of slants on these walls, and they also chose like different um, angles somehow that I don't really understand. I don't think you can swap these out, right? Change the direction they're looking. So we want the interior face. Yeah, there we go. You know what? If we just get arena, I think I'll be happy. All right. What does this piece look like? We'll just put it somewhere where we can see it easily. Okay, so we need to swap that. Oh my gosh. There we go. Hey, that looks great. I think that is good. There we go. Yikes. Oh, no, no stability. Oh, it's too tall. Are you kidding me? Why? Why? Oh, man. I don't want to do this. I think I want to bail on this. I think we're bailing. Um, yep, we're bailing. I'm done. I don't like housing that much. We're gonna do the arena. All right, let's do the actual part we're gonna fight in. Whoa, holy rubber banding Batman. Okay, two combatants enter from there. We want them to start, I think, in opposite corners. I think what we're gonna do is have them start over in that corner and then this corner because they're clear of. There's a doorway over there. So we're gonna have this be one of the spots. We just need to make a place on the ground where they know that, hey, this is where you stand. We'll put some railing there. I don't know if we want to stick with... If we go with the Harco, it does actually make it stand out a little bit more, which I like. I don't think the Dune railing is really going to do the trick. Yeah, this could also work. Something like that. And then let's check with the Harkonnen and see what that looks like over here. It's just so that the players know, hey, this is where you go to stand. And then the goal would be here, I think, we don't want them to be able to... Is it not going to let me put it here? Oh, that's super annoying. I was worried about this because of the way the floor pieces, the ones I used, that'll just cover a little bit more area. Well, that is super annoying. You know what we could do, though, to kind of like solve this problem is we could just do a platform and just do it like one... Just do it up in the air a little bit. And I think that'll also work. Yeah. And then you know what we can do as well is we can do some stairs. And then, you know, I'm thinking that if we use the Harkonnen style, it'll kind of, maybe it'll look different. It'll look like, hey, this is a part of, like, you can tell that it's part of the arena, right? It's not supposed to be part of the house. It'll look sufficiently different, you know, kind of like, okay, here's the equipment type thing. It has a different vibe. And then I'm also wondering, I did kind of like how in the other one there was like a little bit, like if you got to the edge, there was like a soft edge, so you weren't like pressed up into the corner, and then you got, you know, your camera's doing weird things. So I kind of like that as well. I don't know if we want to go with the full slant, or if we just like a half wall height slant would be just enough too. I think it actually might be. Maybe we'll do that instead. Yeah, can we replace these? No, we can't because they're not. That's just of the same type, and they're slightly different. Okay, no worries. Yeah. Oh my gosh, are they not going to want to go this way? Hopefully we can put one in the corner, and then it'll be okay. We'll see. And it'll just like... There it goes. Okay. I'm just worried about... So what I did is I used the Atreides floor, that pieces that are like their special pieces that go really far. And so I was trying to use those. Level 40, level 2 Atreides. Finally. Nice. What is that? Does that unlock anything that you're like looking for? Right, where you go? Or are you just finally glad to be there? I just do all the quests, the like important quest lines, and I feel like for the most part that gets you there. It's kind of how I felt about most of it. You guys got any ideas, ways I could do this better? Feel free to throw them out there. All right, and then does this make sense? Can we make this work in a way that is appropriate? Maybe we do away with some of this and then do some different inclines here. That doesn't really work. I feel like I'm worried about minutia that just doesn't really matter, and I should be focused on other things. I do kind of like this, though. It's just how it interfaces with everything else that's a problem. Guess that's fine. I have no clue where it makes me be capable of joining a guild, but I know I need level 5 to start specialization. Ah, okay. Oh, seems like we might be getting a guest. Yeah, looks okay. There's a couple ways of going with this. After putting these slanted pieces on, I'm like feeling a little bit of more like American Gladiator style, if anybody knows what I'm talking about. Where there's a lot of like ramps and stuff like that, and there'll be like large objects, but they're all like kind of ramping up, and it will block line of sight and everything. But that's kind of tentatively what I'm thinking about. What's going on?
What's up? Checking it out.
If anybody hates their life and has an hour to spare, feel free to spell out arena on the top of this thing. I started to make an A and then bailed on it.
You're like, nope, I'm good.
All right. We want this to be kind of solid. And we want it to be kind of mirrored. Man, this floor could be a real problem. God, I hope it's not. The floor could be a real problem. Yeah, man, that's... We're going to do 3 spaces, and then we'll do a couple high at least. So the trick, we want to make sure that everybody in the audience can see. And so we can have pieces that are solid, they can't see through, but we want them to be on edge to the audience. And so that's kind of what we're going for here. Something like that. Oh, this is interesting. I guess if you go in here, you're kind of... Yeah, I kind of like it as a portal, but we'll probably just like put it open and leave it open. Let's try it, just because it adds to the overall vibe going on here.
Floor or the roof?
What was that?
You want on the floor or the roof?
Oh, anywhere. I don't know if I could put you on this though. I can try though. I think it might be Zeva's. Are you really down for spelling it out?
Yeah, try.
Okay. I have an image I can share with you, Nameless, if you're interested, man. If you're down for it, where somebody did it, and it would just be kind of copying it. That's easier. All right, let me send it to you real quick. Sorry, guys, my Windows is acting up. I can't like tab between things. It's not wanting to work. All right, I just sent that to him, and then let's see if Zev is around.
That is definitely an interesting one to do.
Yeah, right. I just messaged Zeva, man. He might not even be around right now, so I'll see if he gets back to me real quick. And I guess I'm a coner. I don't know if that means I can give you perms. I feel like it doesn't, but I'll go try. He might know off the top of his head. I don't know where the subfief is at. Let's see if he's on. Yeah, he's not even on. All right, well, he's not going to be able to do it right now. He's not at home. But I don't even know where the subfief is at. So we'll see if we can find that first. Dude, the servers are cooked right now. Oh, it's right here. All right, let's see. Manage permissions. I don't know if this lets them do it, but we'll try. We'll try. Can an associate build? No idea. Yeah, man, it's really fun. I really like that you're actually getting to build things and not just decorate them, because that's the kind of thing I want to do. It's probably not as good for everybody. Hey, Nameless, you around? Where are you, man? I don't know. Oh, hey, man, I can only put you on as associate. I don't know if that lets you build or not. Oh.
No, I'll let him build.
Dude, yeah. Well, don't worry about it, man. It's not my subfief, so, and it seems like Zeva's he's not at home right now, so he can't be here to put you on. But I appreciate the thought, man. I guess if you're still interested later on in the week or whatever.
Yeah, all good, man.
All right. Yeah, I think Krabby. I think you're right. I think the Conan update is absolutely sapping the servers. Thank you so much, beautiful wife. Bring me water. All right, we'll just do like a flat roof on this, I think. I think that's fine. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up here. Let's see how this does. Yeah, I mean, you can't see the other person. You can fly up, I suppose. You can fly up pretty quick. Maybe we need to do this like... Do we do this one more tall, or do we do something else up here? Yeah, let's do something else. So I wanted like kind of a Skyway anyways. So let's throw this out. Just want some verticality, right? Just a little bit, little some. And then maybe we could throw some walls here. Maybe not so crazy of walls. And we could just do like a plus sign type thing. Do you need anything else? No. You only had tea and water. I feel like you need 2 half-full Dr. Peppers or something. No, I'm great, Lyriel. Thank you. I drink a lot of liquids. Lyriel's pointing out here. All right. I think... Oh, no, that's not going to work because we can't... We can't have these walls here because they're going to block the audience's view, and we don't want that. So we can have these. But then what does that do? It does kind of limit your vision. Yeah, it does make your vision like you're probably not going to see them. I don't love what's going on so far. So far, I am struggling compared to what the last one we did. I felt like was much better. I'm not feeling like we're crushing it with this one. So there's a big monolith in the middle. I think most of the time people are just going to avoid this because this seems like a bad idea to go in there. I also, having these guys elevated, like I almost, you know what we could do is we could do something just like a blot like this a little bit. And then they have to come down or do something before they can see anything. I don't know. Put some roofs on it. I'm really disliking everything I'm doing here. All right. I mean, this is not bad, I guess. So the platform up there to fight on, you got to come down from the starting area. Once you come down for the starting area, maybe we'll just say, like, you can't go back in there. And then you've got to come down first. And then we don't have to build those walls up top. And you come down and see it. You know, we could, well, never mind. I was like, you know, it could be fun. Someday in the future would be cool to like make an arena and hide it where people literally don't know what they're getting into until they're in the arena. That's a really fun idea. That's a little more sweaty than I think we need to do right now, though. All right, this looks pretty good. We can do some rails probably on this just to maybe discourage. Another question is, like, how are they getting up there? I think some stairs would be appropriate. We didn't finish this incline in the corner here. There we go. We also need to figure out something with this door. I guess it's fine. Yeah, that looks fine. All right, now what other structures do we want in here? So let's throw in some stairs, or at least an incline. I think full-on stairs is good. We'll mirror this. I think we want to mirror it so that they can't... Yeah, there we go. So it's far away from everybody from where this... It's equidistance away from everybody from the starting area. Krabby says you could use pentashields for no access that act as walls and platforms. Yeah, Krabby. Definitely done that before and like it. And we'll likely do that somewhere here. So I am with you on that. I don't want people fighting underneath this. And I don't know the best way of preventing that. Maybe just blocking it off. Yeah, I'm not... well, I don't know. We didn't really... I think part of the problem we're probably going to run into is that we didn't really think this through with making that a key part of the design. Did you see how I did the other one, Krabby? Did you see that one where I made the whole like pentashield floor, and then the whole level almost was pentashields? Now I'm afraid are they gonna run up here? They might. I just want to make sure the audience has a pretty good and fairly. Oh yeah, you can see that. That's fine. Pretty unobstructed view. Not enough jerboas. Okay. Getting some feedback that there's not enough jerboas. Let's see if we can fix that. So I think, of course, we should have one in the PvP. Is it okay to put it in the PvP area, Lyriel, or are we worried about that? I feel like we might be worried. Don't put it in the danger zone. Eagles, is he invincible? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We might be worried. Okay, yeah, maybe we won't do that then. Are there plenty of lighting items for us to use? There are plenty of lighting items. You are limited somewhat on the number that you can have. So, Lyria, we're going to make the jerboa like front and center whenever you come in here. So this ornithopter will not be here, but it'll be like front and center when you come in. And we'll probably do some, we need to do some fake, some faux ferns or something. Maybe. I think I usually use these things, so that's what we'll do. Oh, you can hear him. You can hear the little guy squeaking in there. Yeah, there are limits, but that's just because of limits with, you know, performance. Rev, make the roof a pentashield, set to owner only. That way only people can stand on it and look down. The thing is that part is in PvP, Bass. So the line is literally right here, and then you step across. Foliage or plants. Well, they're like hollows of them. So if we can, like, if we make the center, I mean, we could make the center like a, you know, transparent. We could make it a pentashield. I'm fine with that in the center there, but we have a whole viewing area here. Did you see this, Bass? So I think we're good with this, man. And we're designing the whole thing so that this is a good spot to be able to view everything from. Okay. Jerboas check, Lyriel. I think we're good on those. Let's go back to doing some inclines here. Yeah, it looks cool. Okay. Yeah. Well, we could do that. We could take out the center there. That'll be an easy thing to change. Appreciate the advice. All right, we need some more stuff. How do we want to do this? So let's throw in some more walls. We're going to put in some walls that are facing this direction. And you know what we should use? We should use neither one of those sets. Yeah, we should use the darker. What is this? What is this set called? Observer. Yeah, the Observer set. I think. Oh, those are kind of see-through. I don't know. I'm unconvinced. Also, really, really bad idea using the floor pieces that I used. Just making this whole thing not how I'd like it to be. Because I can't put this one like mirrored because that's not where. Yeah, it just doesn't fit. Granted, when we did this on Harmony, the server kind of locked up because there were so many people. Oh yeah. Oh man. Jeez, I'm just blown away by the building this game. It's unreal. Good work. All right, thank you, Lyriel. Lyriel, thank you so much for tuning in too. It's good to see you. Oh yeah, these curved pieces work pretty well. I don't think we want more of anything around. You know, nah. I don't know. Do we like this? All right, I should just put out some stuff is what I should do, and then we should just go from there. We should just see how it works out. See if we like it. We're just going to try to mirror some stuff, make some things interesting. We do want some things to kind of break it up a little bit so it's not just wide open. We're also going to use some stuff like on the ground, some furniture and stuff. I'm trying to think, aren't there like, I don't know what they're under. Aren't there like stuff for like a garage and what have you? We did some of that last time. Where are they? There's like a bunch of miniature stuff that's tiny. It's funny, you can't really tell the scale here. Ah, here we go. Yeah, desert mechanic, whatever. Yeah, so let's throw one of these guys. Deco, okay, thanks. Makes sense. Makes sense. Basically just a little bit of decorations, which makes sense, and then also just kind of a, hey, this could be in the way a little bit. I do think we need some railings up there. I don't think we need to go higher than this necessarily. We could go a little bit higher. I think this is fine. We could make also some kind of floating platforms. I don't know if that makes the most sense. Where are we at? Okay, here's the coming up the stairs. Throw these guys out. I'm going to come back and change some of these, I think. Where's the... There it is. Hey. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. Trying to make a fun place to be able to do something in. I was pretty happy with the cube that I had built, and I am less happy with this so far. But hopefully we'll get there. You know what? I guess we'll go ahead and demolish this one. Maybe do like every other or something. A little bit of cover, not too much maybe. This kind of looks like a little castle, little crenellations. I like it. And then maybe we make some of these solid. We could also make another area going up. You know what we should do? I know what we should do. We should make these walls. So we made them opaque. But maybe we could make like one of them clear so that you can still see the other player a little bit easier. Is this the best one? Oh man, that's just like that's a little slit. That's not super informative. Is that it? Is that your only option? You could, I guess... Oh, you need aluminum for this kind of door? Yeah, maybe not then. Maybe not. We'll just leave it. All right, plenty of open area here. Need to figure out something to put up to kind of block stuff a little bit. These walls are just so chunky with this style. Yeah, only 32, man. Yeah, a lot of the original design was intended for like smaller groups. And so you'll find a lot of stuff like that. Yeah. I think we can actually block this off. Like split down the middle. I think this is fine. I guess I made it kind of awkward. I guess you do like a half piece and then like a half wall. Yeah. I've built almost nothing with the Harkonnen style. You know what would look even better and would be a little bit more visually interesting is another wedge, but just going down to the ground. Like that. And then do the same thing here. I like that. Yeah, that looks good. And then how many spaces is that from the corner here? 3. So it'd be like mirrored, it would be like right here. Okay, yeah, breaks it up a little bit. Doesn't get in the audience's way. One of the things too I think we want is it doesn't need to all be close combat. Like there can be some longer parts where you can see somebody for a very long time, but I don't think we want a ton of them. And then probably some things that'll make it look a little bit more finished too is let's throw on some railing here. I think it's a good idea. I am worried about the audience not being able to see on the back side of these steps, so we might have to go check that. We'll actually go check that in a second. Yeah, Rev, you can also only have groups of 4, and it can be hard. You don't have since you don't have nameplates and stuff when you're in PvP areas. Like you can't really see who's who, and that's kind of the design of the game and the intention, the original intention, was that that was intentional so that you couldn't zerg as well, or if you do, you had to at least be organized. PvP is in a let's just call it a rough state right now. I don't know which ones are the best. We just need like a lot of light. I don't know which ones are the brightest, the biggest and brightest. Omnidirectional, but now the sun's coming up. It's a lot lighter when the sun's up. It's a little tricky when it's not. You know what I think we're going to do also is we're going to move this. So we can't, the floor is a little bit, I screwed up with the floor, but we'll just add some stuff in spots that make sense for it to be where I can't put like floors exactly where I want them. And I think that'll do the trick. I don't know why, but these wall pieces feel more monolithic than I would like. It might just be that I'm not used to building with the Hargo style. So this side seems pretty good here. Like we could use something up here maybe, but we don't need much. This side feels decent. This other side feels a little bit open in this area, which is what I was trying to do. I wonder if we could also, maybe we make a small platform. If we make I don't know, if I make a stair going up somewhere, like somebody that like, if I make anything solid, and what's going to happen is they're going to be like fighting right here. It's what's going to happen. So that doesn't work incredibly well. Maybe we'll also build another like half wall here kind of thing, or one of these rounded walls, and just go too high with it. I think that'll look a little bit better. Do the same thing here. You can still see through them pretty well. Oh, Well, not that kind. Have they said anything about the future? Will they increase? Will they increase any of that? With regards to what, Rev? The group size and guild limit. The guild limit, I don't know. Most people just make a second guild. I don't think there's any plans to right now. Yeah, we're not going to do that. That blocks view too much for the audience, so we're going to take it down. And with regards to group size and adding nameplates and stuff, I hope they don't add nameplates. They haven't talked about it really. They haven't seemed interested in it, so I hope they don't. So yeah, I don't think they're going to do any of that. Eventually, group size I think will increase, but I think that'll be a while down the road, and I think that'll happen if and only if they decide to like do raid mechanics, like do raids essentially. But I think anything like that is going to be probably years, down the way. So I think that would be or over a year. So I think we're looking at a ways out on anything like that. Yeah, but if you want to clarify on exactly what else you're asking, I could probably give you more info. All right. Well, I guess these platforms are here. Maybe we make them. We connect this one, and we can connect the other one. That actually works. There's some symmetry in that. I kind of like it. The idea behind the symmetry too is really just to make it more or less fair. It doesn't need to be exact, but we don't want one side having easy access to something and another side not having access to that. So this works pretty well. It is really hard to get up here. Like the stairs are not really in a convenient place for a lot. Like once you're up here, you could be pretty far from any source of stairs or like verticality, but I think that is also fine. We need to make sure this doesn't block view for the spectators too. One of the things in the last tournament that I think my belt just died. Yeah, one of the things in the last tournament I saw or was in was like it. There were times when you couldn't see very well. So that means you can't drop really quickly off of here. Probably to these so people can see a little bit easier if there is action going on up here. And then you can drop down on this part. Yeah, and so like they actually made an underground area so you could go under the floor, like there was a subfloor, and for whatever reason fighting was constantly taking place underneath the floor, and it was like, guys, no one can see down there. So I just don't want that happening here is the only thing I'm really trying to look out for with building all of this. There we go. Okay, so they have a few spots they can hop down. They also have a decent amount of cover. And then let's again check and make sure that the audience, I mean, you can see pretty well. Pretty well. I can also see us taking out the pentashield here, but I'm not sure. We just want people to be able to move and be able to see what all is going on, even if people are fighting down below and what have you. But we want there to be some level of, yeah. And then you're in here. Okay, this is pretty cool. Yeah, you can't see what's going on. You got to choose. You going left. You going right. You run out. You have no idea where your opponent is at. You're taking a moment to look for him. Yeah, I like that. And we'll throw these out. And then I'll fix them in a second. All right. I am almost ready to say that's good for now. Because I can only do so much housing at a time. Before I will go mad. Is that good? Yeah, I think that's good. Like, it could use some touch-ups. It definitely needs some more lighting for when it gets dark. We can maybe try to figure out what to do with this gap here, too. Thanks, Krabby. Is there any roof situation that anything could be done? Maybe let's try that. That's the pentashield. Really? Or is it this piece? Oh my god, it's the pentashield. Okay, so we take off the pentashield, put this here, and then put the pentashield back up, probably? Or could we do like a less of a slant? Nah, that still kind of ends awkwardly. You know, that would actually work. That'd be fine. These guys are going to be like, what did you do to my roof? And then just a flat roof piece. That also works. Maybe let's try that. Stick a half wall in there. Yeah. Well, I guess it doesn't match up with the other end here, is the problem. So you mean like stick a half wall here? Ah, brilliant. Okay, cool. And then just, it's going to be a little bit awkward here, but there's only like one spot. Can you put a piece in there? Probably put a piece in there. This piece? What piece goes in? Is it not this piece that would go in there, or it just doesn't want to fit right now because of the way everything is? Oh, it goes there. Okay, and then another half wall, I assume, or maybe we can do something from the inside. Drink water. Thanks. Guess I have this Shadam's bladder. I could use that. Finally had a use for Shadam's bladder, you know? It's pretty nice. And one of these guys will not fit in here, huh? Really doesn't want to go there. Oh, no, it does. Okay, cool. Perfect, perfect. It's in my hotbar. Yeah. Luvaluna. Yeah, it's in my hotbar, so it's on my 5 spot. So I just hit 5 while still in. Yeah. That's all I did there. All right. Now let me put back the parts that I broke. Oh yeah, you can slot your water. It's pretty useful doing housing. Don't usually have room for it on my hotbar, but yeah, I think we can do this without the pentashield because you can see a lot easier. So I might talk to Frey and see what he thinks about it, or whoever put up the pentashield, because we had tried that. That's also one of the things we had kind of played with, and I think it looks a little bit better without the pentashield, because you can also, if you're like looking through the very center of it, you get the number in your way. Oh my gosh, yikes. Oh, you know what? He also put in a roof piece over there, and I wonder if that roof piece was to get this pentashield to cooperate a little bit easier. I kind of think it might have been. All right. What do you guys think? Should we go do some testing stations after this, though? Should we do? You guys all right with some radiation station? Go farm some stuff up. There. Okay. He had that there, so I just it might have been like from a previous part of the build that just didn't get deleted because it didn't really need to. It's just out of the way. Also, if this was just like an incredibly difficult thing to do and I just screwed it up, I'm going to feel bad. This is, we're having a tournament out here on Friday. So this is just preparation for that. Yeah, okay, I broke it. I'm leaving it. Dude, I don't even know if we can do anything. Like, can we play like this? Can we do a testing station with this much lag? Yeah, I mean it's not meant to be exclusive. I don't we're holding a tournament. Anybody who wants to sign up can. What we're really trying to do is make sure that like it's to help newer people, really, is what we're trying to do. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we want to make it like we're on the anvil, but we just want to make it where it is accessible and fun, and also like kind of share tips and stuff, and let people go for, let people do their thing for as long as they want. I think this works pretty well. I think we can kind of call this good for now. I mean, there could be a few more obstacles, but we could also just put some decorations out and kind of use them as further obstacles. We don't want it to be too closed up, and we want some open spots so if people can, you can shoot from pretty far here. I guess the only other thing would be, we got 2 stories. I think 2 stories is fine. The only thing I'd be interested in doing is more raised platforms of some type. Like we could make a raised platform a couple of different places. You know what could actually be fun if we can get it to work. Let's see if we can't do just like a lower, like the half wall wall height slant, and make just like a little platform in one of these areas. Would that make sense? Is there room? I guess it does still take up a 3x3 area. So like kind of here is one of the only places. Doesn't even want to, there it goes. And then, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to want to build on the grid because of what I did with the flooring, but we'll see. Yeah, that's not too bad. And it's not going to block line of sight either. At least I don't think it is. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and everybody's invited, guys. We're trying to keep it, as long as you, behave and all that good stuff. But it's open to whoever. We're just trying to, but again, the focus is to we're trying to encourage PvP and get people in here. No, you're good. The anvil. We're on the anvil. Yeah. I kind of like this. That does kind of block the view a bit. How does it look from the spectator's POV? Hey, Nani, what's going on? Just finishing up the PvP arena here. Playing around with some stuff. And then, you know what? Let's do one here. I actually like it better than this wall. This wall is kind of bugging me. And then I was going to hop over and do some radiation station. You interested in that? Or have a friend? Nani has to do radiation station. She hasn't been super keen on it. But we did great last night, so. All right, cool. I will finish up here. I am almost done.
Hello.
Hello. Let me just change something.
So, are we confident that this is still going to be here at the end of the week?
You know, there's. I'm taking kind of a Zen approach, Nani.
Okay.
You know,
Fair.
there's things you can control, there's things you can't. And
100%.
you know, we'll see.
So, can I make a recommendation?
On the build? Or on
Yes.
something else? Yeah. What do you got?
Solito.
Oh, Solito it? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That way, if
I don't
know.
think anybody's gonna mess with it. If they do, it'll be a good community bonding experience as we all work together, hopefully to fix it or something.
Okay.
All right, I think that's good. I like it. Nani Tsunami, what's up, Rev? Rev says hello, Nani.
Hey, Rev.
Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's good enough. What's up, Axed? What's going on? I think this is actually surprisingly.
How did
Was it?
how did it go with Hayden earlier? I couldn't hear the conversation except from his side.
I was trying to ask him a question, or get him to talk a little bit, and I don't know. He was a little bit. I don't know if he was like trying to say something, but he was struggling a little bit. And then he kind of said something. I was just trying to ask him what you were doing, and then he said you were getting some spice, and I was like, cool. And then I think it went good. I don't know. How did he? Was he happy with it? That's the only thing I care about. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
For
He was
those.
very happy with it. He was trying to tell you about us getting spice and not getting eaten by the worm.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not sure if that translates.
Well, yeah. Okay. Cool. That's what I was asking too. Yeah, that's what I was asking too. I was like, oh yeah, how'd that go or whatever. And then yeah, there's a misunderstanding. For those who don't know, Hayden is my youngest fan. He's how old is he? 6? 4? 4. And Nani asked if he could say hi earlier, which is adorable.
He could read now.
Oh my gosh.
And he saw your name in the chat with me. So which is what made him ask.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Yeah, Luva, it's on Friday. Yeah. It's on Friday, and then if you actually look at I'll find the post here, but it's on YouTube. I'll find it for you and I'll link it here in the channel, but you can always go to there's a sign up form for it as well, just so we have an idea, and we're going to try to stagger the times. But let me grab the link. Yeah, there it is, and I'll just link it here. Nani, have you been posting in game, or should I do that, or have you already been doing it?
No, go ahead. I've not been in the PvP zone at all, and I've not had a lot of people responding in PvE zone.
Okay. Cool.
I'm kind of quiet over here.
Let me see. I don't know where the best place to link is. Oh, never mind. She had a whole thing. Let me find that. Rather. Cool. I don't think I'm going to be able to copy all this, but let's see. Yeah. Oh. Oh man. Yeah, this is like 6 messages. I don't know if I want to put all of that in here. Well, we're gonna. Yikes. All right, we're just gonna leave that. What is PvP? Uh, all right, I think I'm leaving. I think I'm leaving.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. You know what? I should put that. I should put some up so people know. Really can't see how good this game is until you actually start playing it. Yeah, you think so? That's interesting, man. Because you saw me playing and then jumped in. Um, yeah, I mean the graphics are pretty good. I think that part of it looks good. Some people might just be like, "Oh yeah, Unreal, everything looks good now," but I don't think that's really fair. I think the art assets and like that, they did a pretty good job with a lot of this stuff. So I do think it's a little bit more than
Agreed.
that. But
I think overall they did a fantastic job. Not just the visual arts, but the music and the way it's integrated based on where you're at. Um, it just makes for a whole experience, I think.
yeah, well, and you go to like when you go to the places in the radiation zone or some of the darker areas, it feels like a horror game.
Yes.
Which I'm not into horror, but like it's spooky in places. And there are a lot of there's a lot of places you go to where you feel like you feel like you're in a different place. The whole ambiance
Hmm.
is different. The music is different, the visuals, the overall lighting and everything else. And so like I don't know, it makes for some pretty cool experiences. Going to the like ships in the radiated area that are in PvP, and there's like noises, just kind of like random, because it's a crashed ship, and so you're like, it's dark, and you're kind of sneaking around. Even if you got a light, you still can't see that much, and then there's jump scares. You're like, ah. So
Yeah. Well, even in the as part of the quest line, when they send you to that one place overland, Carthage,
yeah,
with the zombies,
right.
that scared the crap out of me. I was like, "Whoa,
You're
where
like,
am I?"
what is going on? Yeah. Oh, no, I know, no, I know, Rev. I know you didn't mean it look bad, but you just mean it's a whole different game when you actually start playing it. Yeah, yeah, man, for sure. The Buried Treasured, how does it work? Does it get better uh, at IRO, or the entire DD is the same? Luva, the entire DD is the same. The IRO, well, as far as I know, Nani, is there being deeper
All
in
the
the?
rewards get better the deeper you get. So
Oh,
from A to
know
E
this.
is pretty meh. Once you get past E, like E to I, they get better. Same thing with the ships. The rewards get better out of the crashed ships, not the big ones that are always there, but the ones that fall out of the sky.
Is that true even with the recent changes and everything?
Yes,
Oh,
it
okay.
is.
Oh, wow. I did not know this.
Yeah, because I tried when we were in the PvP last week.
Uh huh.
I thought, oh, cool, the whole place will be great with ship. No,
Yeah.
up to Ero is kind of sucky.
Oh,
If
it's
you've
not how
already
this
been
goes.
doing it for a while, and then all the really good stuff is after the Ero.
Oh, okay. Cool. That's good to know. And I would also say, Luva, that um, a lot of the stuff with the deep desert, like kind of all that stuff, honestly, my humble opinion, needs to be updated. Like they need to update the rewards so that they're actually because there were like other like specialty items you could turn in for Landsrad stuff and everything, and that I think that added to wanting to go out there and do stuff. Nani, would you agree? You know this better than I do.
Um,
Just as far as the various rewards, or do you think they're fine and they have been fine?
no, no. I think for new players, it's great. For those of us that have been around for a little bit, there needs to be more because we're getting
Yeah.
the same things we've already gotten. But if you're new, it's all fantastic because it's new, right?
Mm,
But yeah, I think they need to. I think they need to update the testing stations in the DD to have better loot,
right?
as well as the caves.
Yep.
I think it'd be great if the caves had things like tools and eh, still suits, those kinds of things, and then the testing stations to have like weapons and armor and graded.
Yeah.
My
All.
2 pennies.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's good. It's good. Um, so just getting set up here. I was pretty
Same.
bare bones there.
What did I do?
I'm keeping everything real organized here at Nani, I promise.
Uh huh. We are. Whoops. Dang it.
Rev says you just start seeing how thoughtful the devs were when designing mechanics. I'm just getting a little obsessed with it. Yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff that's really well designed. I think that, and if you're like, well, I hear a lot of people really complain and are super pissed off about stuff. Mistakes were made. So the mistakes were made in the core design of the game, and that caused them to have to do some things to kind of like change things immediately and quickly. And the net effect was that things have been kind of jacked up for a little bit. So they're they're not they're not those complaints aren't unfounded. It's just that the stuff that they have done that does still fit into the core mechanics and design of the game works very well. I am putting on armor, and I do not need armor. Don't know why I'm doing that.
I'm doing it out of habit.
To believe it or not, the devs are human. Indeed.
Right? Okay.
Some of the stories, the PAL storyline, like one of the best storylines I've ever ran into in gaming. And anybody who disagrees with me, their opinion is wrong. What? My character's I'm just randomly teleporting around. Oh my god.
Same.
So
Oh my god.
I think it's we talked about. I think it's Conan. That's our current theory is that Conan is doing this to us because they came out with the new released version of it today.
It's annoying.
Yeah. All right. I think I need my pills, but I think I'm good to go. Nani, are you as well?
No,
Okay. How far are you out?
but I will be.
Okay. No worries.
Couple minutes. I need to respec. And I did the same thing. As I heard you say, I'm putting on armor. I still put on armor instead of my radiation suit. Jeez.
It happens.
And triple shot, ancient way. All right, things.
Oh, I almost didn't bring my rocket launcher. That would have been tragic.
Oh, rockets.
Yeah, let me
Glad
go
you said
fix
something. I need
that.
rockets.
Yeah. I had this all organized at once, I promise. There was a time I thought I could also fit everything in a large chest, and it's become increasingly obvious that that is not going to work, and I'm going to have to use a couple of them, like one just for weapons, I think. All right, I'm heading that way, Nani.
Okay, I'm still respecking.
Funny, I found your channel just now. I saw, I think Echo mentioned me. Oh, really? He dropped by and said hello the other day, and I never chatted with him. I don't know if he said hello, and probably the most likely thing is he dropped by and said hello, and then I didn't notice until 5 minutes later because I think we were PvPing or something was going on. He made a video today. Okay. Yeah, I think I saw his last video. I actually, so I when I saw he said hello, and I'm sure I could find a way to reach out or whatever. But I talked to him, asked him if he, or I said, hey, do you want to? I'd be up for chatting if you ever wanted to. I saw his video recently. I don't know if it was the one from today. I disagree pretty strongly with him on some stuff. So I thought it would be interesting to talk. Yeah, I have kind of a different view on PvP than I think he does, and I don't think he'll. Wait, do I not have missiles? No, I can you bring extra missiles? I think I split a stack and didn't grab it.
Okay.
So right now I have one. Yeah, I think some of the, I don't know, I think some of the behavior, I know people want the game to be one thing, and I think people want the game to be one thing, and it's just not that. I'm a PvE player, and I hate those changes that turn the DD into farming simulator. I want it to PvP. Yeah. Yeah, I think that the one of the problems is that there's a lot of people that are interested in casually PvPing and PvPing a bit, and then there is like the super hardcore group, which I think Echo falls pretty squarely into. Like that's what he wants to do. I saw his video today was kind of insulting to a lot of the player base. I think it was insulting to PvE players. I mean, it's pretty unabashedly insulting to them, calling them Care Bears and stuff like that. Yeah, a lot of people just don't want that sort of PvP. They don't want that hardcore PvP, and they also didn't want to be forced into it. And I think that changes to the DD were necessary to save the game. And yeah, I don't even know what else to say.
I do. So, okay. Nothing got taken away from PvP, though. That's what I don't understand. Is the PvP for the people that enjoy that is all still there?
Yeah, I think.
So I don't understand what the difference.
I think
Sorry.
no. I think a big part of it is they want the PvE players that don't really want to be PvPing to be forced to come to the PvP area, so that they have a target-rich environment. I think that's a big part of it.
So they just want more victims? That don't want to engage? Sorry, that sounds harsh.
So a lot of people have said that. It does look that way to me, but I am not like that's not my point of view, and I don't know how to best represent it. I don't want to
Okay.
like misrepresent it, but it does seem that way to me, which is kind of why I wouldn't mind. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think back. I was playing. No, I think a lot of it was wanting victims. Yeah, I think they wanted, and part of it too is like it did kill. So kind of like right now, the DD's dead because there's no reason to go out there. So
Yeah.
there needs to be a reason to go out there.
100%.
I think part of the problem too is that again, it's the issue that the PvP community is a lot smaller than the overall community, and then the hardcore PvP community is like a fraction of that. And I think the people that were most pissed off were the hardcore PvP community, but there were plenty of people that were also interested in PvPing. It just got to the point where like there was no reason to go out there, and there was nothing really to do out there. Yeah, and it also, yeah, I don't know.
I
don't
don't
even know at this
disagree
point.
with that. I think there's a lot of things they could do for the PvP players, but splitting the zone wasn't. It didn't hurt the PvP people. There was no damage to that community's gameplay. Not adding to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's I think
That's
missing victims, like not having victims, and then I do think that some of the changes have made it to where again there's no reason to go out to the DD, like the changes to Landsrad and stuff, and that does hurt it quite a bit.
yes, agreed.
Yeah. I wanted PvP was like a ghost town. Like I can run the entire DD PvP at night and see no one. Yeah. I want a PvP now. It's harder. Yep. Exactly. There's not a reason to go out there. I also think that the balance. I mean, some of the changes they made with the testing stations have completely screwed up the balance of PvP, and have 10x'd the skill gap in PvP. Because if you're one of the higher skill players, you're also probably running around with the best gear, and just like all MMOs do have this problem. And then there's also the knowledge gap of like what gear do I even run, and if you're running the correct meta setup, and there's some variability with skills and everything else. But if you're running the correct meta setup and everything like that, you're going to be much better positioned. Bass
Knight,
says,
come back here.
Welcome to Imperial Testing Station number 8.
What up? Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, I forgot those. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
Do you have a quest?
I do not. I didn't even look though. Actually, oh, I do.
Okay.
I'll
I
grab
do
it.
not.
I'll grab it and share.
Okay.
And then I'll just hang on to it because I don't really care about this right now.
Okay.
So Bat said, I mean, most of his content was ganking farmers. Of course, he's mad. Yeah, but he's not wrong. They do need to do something with PvP. Yeah, I think they need to do something with PvP. I just think that they have to back burner it for right now, and unfortunately, that means it's going to take longer than a lot of hardcore PvP or a lot of just general PvP players want. I think a big part of the problem too is so what we've done on the Anvil is we have created our own fun. We have a sandbox and we've created our own fun. If you look at my stream from like Friday, we were out there PvPing and it was a good time. And we like know everybody knows each other and we like each other and everything. But we're out there PvPing, and I didn't swap my skills. Let me do that now. And so we made our own fun though, and no one's trying to ruin anybody's day or be uber, whatever. And then we've also had an experience where hardcore people will come out and they want a hardcore experience and are not happy with quote unquote Care Bear PvP, that kind of stuff. And what happens when the hardcore PvP players come out is they can absolutely ruin the fun that everybody else is trying to have, because because it's two different groups of people trying to play the game two different ways. And a lot of the oh no
It got me.
no
I got back. I did it to myself. I got myself backed into a corner.
yeah, so
Yeah.
there's some of that where it's like, well, you want this thing, but you're actively doing things that are destroying it. And I think there's been a lot of that going on with the PvP community. And I don't think that many of those people really want to take responsibility for that or want to accept that that is the reality. But I think it is. And, you know, I don't know. Kind of, they want to force people to, you know, they call people Care Bears and, you know, want people to, you know, whatever, suck it up or whatever. You're just going to get less people, and you already don't have enough. So I don't know. So how we've approached it is we've tried to make things accessible to people. We make sure that, so like before we even started doing PvP, we spent several weeks making sure that everybody who needed a carrier and crawler, spice sand, and other T6 materials had it. We literally gave them away. And not only did we give them away, we would give them away and then we would go help people farm so that they could get all of the best gear they could have. I mean, I've done guides on how to do the testing stations for people. We pug group random testing stations just to kind of help people to try to, you know, I mean, sometimes we're doing it just with friends, but we've actively like, hey, who wants to go do testing stations, right? Like in zone chat and help people through because we want people to be able to have the gear. Also, we've, even before, you know, this more serious PvP, like I put out a little arena, invited people out, like, and we PvP'd. And it's not just that we're PvPing and then like, hey, when you do this, like, you know, here's how you can do that better, or like, you know, this is a really good idea, but do it at a different time, or what have you, you know, and just helping people to understand a little bit more about the game. And when you do that, instead of ganking spice farmers, what happens is that the PvP in the server becomes like you get more of it, and it seems like there's a lot of the hardcore PvPers are frankly exercising what I would consider to be antisocial behavior, and that doesn't. People don't want to deal with that. People don't have that many hours to play games on their day off. And if they come to a game and people are just like, get wrecked. What was that? What is this dude doing? You know, if people come into the game and they're getting that kind of experience, a lot of people are not into that. They don't have time for all that. And especially if people are being, the other thing is like people being, you know, jerks about it, sore winners, you know, like that just goes that much worse. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say, but I think that, you know, some of those group of players are, they, I mean, there's been people, I think Echo did it, right? Hasn't he done several videos about how, like, he made an entire group of, like, some streamer and their guild quit the server, like, leave the server? Is that good for the game? I would argue no. And I think the answer is like, well, and I'm sorry, Bass. I know a couple of you guys have comments. I do want to read them. I'll get there. You know, and they're kind of like bragging, like, yeah, like we did this, and I'm sure that's great content for his channel. But the end result is those people just quit the game or quit PvP. And then it also, that kind of behavior too is what leads to them. You know, a lot of these guys are complaining about, you know, the devs saying that like, that, you know, people are going on and leaving, you know, negative Steam reviews. And it's like, well, I can tell you one way to get a really negative Steam review on PvP. I can tell you a really easy way to do that. And that is to make someone's PvP experience so bad that they want to quit the game. That's a great way to get them to go onto the forums and everywhere else they can and talk about how PvP in the game is terrible and it shouldn't be in the game. And also, when we knew the game was not, like, we knew early on that the game was not, the way it was structured was not good. There's a whole bunch of people. Oh, shoot.
You okay?
Yeah, well, now I'm rubber banding. We'll probably have to pull back, Donnie.
Oh,
Sorry, I
thank
should have.
you. Shit. I'm stuck.
Yeah, I'm trying to help you
Get out
out.
of here. Yep.
All right, get out of there.
I'm
Get out of there.
good.
Can you not get out at all?
I can't. No, I can't. I'm like.
All right, I pulled him out. Run,
There
run,
we
run.
go.
I gotta
Thank
go.
you. Running.
Yeah, you know, a lot of those people, we knew early on that there's a bunch of PvE players that were being forced to PvP, And instead of doing what we did on some of the servers that I was on, which was like we pulled protection duty for them so that they could be safe relatively, harvesting spice and other stuff like that. Instead, people just like wrecked them, you know, and like farmed them for content. And it's like, cool, I hope that was fun because you've just killed PvP. And so a lot of people are mad, and it's like, I don't know who you're mad at, man, because you're largely responsible for this. And the fact that a lot of them refuse to understand that the person on the other side of the keyboard is a person and that might have different thoughts and feelings about how to play a game than they do, and refuse to have any sort of understanding about that, and instead just again continue to, you know, continue to you know, just farm them. And I need some help, Nani. I need some help. Are you coming? I thought you were coming. I thought you were behind me. I had to run and hide.
Sorry.
My shield was down. I just thought you were coming in behind me.
Yeah, they're gonna take my shield down
Yeah,
in a second.
yeah, just run away here. Yeah. All right, that guy's dead.
We got another guy sitting over here in the corner.
Yeah, I think he's just they've been breaking. We keep breaking the NPCs. All right, you good? Yeah, but a lot of these people they exhibit antisocial behavior, and then they're upset they get upset about things, and you're like, well, I mean, some of this stuff, you know, you're really doing this to yourself, and they can't. Again, the antisocial behavior leads to not being able to. Here, let me grab that heavy.
You see that guy?
Yeah. Got him.
Yeah.
Although I might break him out here accidentally with my sword. Their antisocial behavior, though, leads them not to be able to like do organized things like what we do in the DD, like what we've done to get people wanting to do PvP. Because a lot of the people we have gotten to do PvP are only doing it because of the way that we are approaching it and the fact that we're not jerks about it. And when people come in who are, it makes those people want to quit, and they do. They just go, okay, cool, I'm not going out in PvP anymore. Was that access granted? Was that already it? Man.
Yep.
Huh. I swear the number of ads varies. Was there not 3 in the last one? Isn't there not normally 3 in that? I don't know.
Yeah, there were 3.
Personally, I
Did
just
we
want.
just killed.
Yeah, no, there
Okay.
were. I don't remember that being historically the case. I don't know. It probably is. Luva says, personally, I just want some successful runs where it's worth it. As long as I don't perma-get camped and stuff, I don't mind taking a few L's. Yeah. And then Bass said, in that regards, this change gives you what you want. I mean, I got like 15k spice in a duo over the course of a few hours in the PvP zone. Yeah. Luva said, I turn the notifications on so I can catch your Friday stream. Sweet. Yeah, I'd love PvPers to be more open and social, like drop half your spice and we let you live, or like pay us attacks so you can farm. People do that. Would at least let people farm in some ways. People do that. I think more of the deal too, though, is like realizing how many times do you kill someone before you're like, okay, I'm better than this person and I probably could just let them go. I don't know how many times that is, but I think we all have a point where we're like, I feel bad that I'm killing this person. And there are other people that'll just be like, nope, I'm just going to keep killing them because I can. The game allows me to, and therefore it's fine. And it's like, okay, but again, this is why you're in the situation you're in. Bass said, I started on the same server as Insane. When things are rolling up, we had one troll that would camp spice fields, but you could hire him to protect you. He was obnoxious, but a few people took him up on it. We also had one guy who literally just sat and tried to gank farmers. Everyone looked out for him. And yeah, I agree on the whole PvP thing. I actually really enjoyed PvP early on, and there was a lot of toxicity. Yeah. You reap what you sow, Krabby says. Yeah, I think that's true. And then some friends of mine got insta-killed by hackers the first time they went to the DD. That sucks. Before the Thopter recovery was a thing. Yeah, that's horrible. I gave them another Thopter, but they stopped playing pretty much right then. Yeah. Rev says everyone has to reap what they choose to sow. Yeah, the PvP on Harmony was fun as hell, to be honest. Just huge group fights. If I recall, Echo came over, then left the server not long afterwards. Anyways, he's kind of being a knob about it. But he's right that they need to put some focus on PvP. And part of it is that Funcom enabled it from the start. Yeah, no, I absolutely agree on that part. I think this was absolutely Funcom's fault issue. They screwed up with the way they structured all this stuff. Nani, I think I am good. I got skill switched over.
May I have a?
Yeah.
I forgot my radiation pill.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think absolutely it was Funcom's. You know. Jeez. This is going to be hard.
The lag is.
I'm a little bit afraid we're gonna have the issue where we fly up and it rubber bands us back to the ground, and then we get or into bullets in this case. Yeah, but I guess we'll see. I think Funcom is trying the best they can right now, though. Bass is the thing, and I don't think that there's really like it's just gonna be a little bit, you know. And I think it's also gonna be a long time before it gets back to anywhere. Before it gets to a state that I think we could say we're happy with now. I don't think that's going to cause a lot of people to come rushing back or whatever, but I think it's going to take a while. I think also the way things currently stand, there are several massive issues that are going to completely keep PvP from coming back or ever getting to the point it was. Are you good? And I think that is because they haven't addressed some of the core issues. I mean, it is too easy for someone to, it's too easy for someone to rat. It's too easy for someone to like stop a group by themselves. There are certain situations where there's not really a lot of great counterplay for a group of lower skilled players, and PvXing is cool and fun, but if the skill gap is such and the game is... Oh, God, I'm downed.
No.
I'm dead. I think I ran into you.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Sorry.
Right.
My
That's
fault.
all right. Going to the door.
Yeah, there are a couple issues there where like the skill gap is so wide. Like, a player shouldn't be able to take on infinite amounts of players if they have some relative skill level, generally speaking, because it just allows a highly skilled player. I can't heal. A highly skilled player. It just 1v something, 1v5, 1v10, 1v20, 1v40. I don't know. I don't know if those should be things you can do. You just got to be concerned, or the concern is that it creates frustration for players. I'm hopping in if you're good. Okay. It just creates.
I was gonna. Do you want to wait and get our spice again, or just go? Guess we're going.
Just go. I don't know.
G5, Jurgen. Sorry.
Ah.
Sorry. I'm trying to save
no,
you,
it's not
but
your
not
fault.
running
It's
you.
not your fault. I should focus up here. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of issues for PvP right now.
Oh, shit.
And even if it came back, if the behavior and the situations continue the way they are, I mean, it's the reason most people quit. Like, they're not going to come back. You're not going to get a bunch of PvE players that aren't PvPing now to come in and want to PvP if they're just getting absolutely wrecked and they're having bad experiences and whatever. So, I think people suggesting matchmaking and stuff like that, stuff where it can maybe be a little bit, ranked or whatever, cross server. I think all that stuff is pretty far out from being possible or like on Funcom's plan on their bingo card, but I think those are the kind of things that honestly might need to happen. It's just weird because you can't have PvP where it is large-scale PvP, where there are people of grossly different skill levels, You can't have that.
No
And it,
shield. I'm down. I'm dead. Alright, now
oh, you're good. I mean, I threw right off the bat on that first one. Can't seem to drink enough. Oh my god.
No, what happened?
I remember the part where I said I'd run a rubber band down to the ground and then
Oh,
get
God.
shot. That's exactly what happened. Well, once more into the breach.
Let me change my skills out. I didn't put the collapse grenade on, and I needed to do that. And take some more spice food.
My concern right now is that specializations mean people coming back have a lot of catching up to do. Yeah, it's a whole lot, absolutely, especially with combat. Combat affects your shields, and that's kind of the only thing you can do to buff your shields right now. And you can chew through someone's shield with the right weapon incredibly quickly. So that's a pretty huge issue. Melee in PvP is not. It's only for duels and or for fun, which is very antithetical to the Dune universe. You know, again, the graded gear is kind of crazy. If someone doesn't have graded gear, in addition to having a, you know, the high enough combat skill or specialization, that's a huge deal. Like the each step up is massive, just like all the step ups before it have been. So that's a problem. Like you could, you know, just keep going with all of the current issues there are. Yikes. Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot of problems.
Shit, I'm down. Getting up.
I think I have their attention.
Yep, they let me up.
Spicing up here. Oh my gosh. We're pushed. Oh my god. I got the bug where my suspensor belt won't turn off, so I'm gonna have to wait for my shield to break and then run around
Oh,
the
no.
room. Hope I don't get shot. Nah, it's fine. There's no problems with the game. It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna try to switch a skill, Nani. There we
I
go.
gotta go. I'm gonna die.
I can't fly up.
Shield.
Ah.
I have no stamina. I'm down, and they killed me. Oh my gosh. Yeah, today is a rough one for this station. I'm sorry.
Uh-huh. I can't fly up. Okay, there we go.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is rough. This feels like ESO on patch day. You're like, why am I
It
playing?
really does.
Why am I playing this game right now?
Point of reference, F5 just popped.
Okay.
Oh, mid. Tiny base. Oh, great. I just froze.
Well, see if you can get anybody to go farm with you. Or you can solo farm.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that's gonna work out.
Kind of fun.
Alex does it all the time.
Yeah.
Faction PvP DD would be huge. The factions are so unbalanced, though, right? So I don't know. It'd probably work good on some servers and pretty bad on others. But I would like to see something where you can like group up, and it is like one side versus another, and do it like I think what a lot of people have suggested on the various instance combat and stuff like that. I mean, in theory, that's what the DD is supposed to be, but I don't know. I've seen PvP like that work really well, and you know, a lot of people really like the PvP in ESO, and you know that style. It allows people of different skill levels to stay together, you know, and you can. The thing is though that like one of the big differences I think is, oh my God, I'm dead. Ah!
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. This is pretty frustrating with the way the servers are behaving. I feel like a couple more tries and then I'm just gonna call it.
Okay.
Yeah. When everything's a one-shot, rubber banding into stuff is not exactly, not really fun. Kind of makes for a little more anxious of gameplay than I'm looking for right now. But Elder Scrolls has, you know, a lot of people have different skills and stuff like that, but those people have to kind of avoid those groups to some extent. Like they can try to catch people on the edge of them or whatever, but you don't run into the middle of like a ball group and it be totally fine. And I feel like in Dune that's not really the case. You can kind of, like, if you know what you're doing, you can kind of operate with largely with impunity. It just dropped me down to the floor for no reason. I don't know. I haven't really analyzed that part of the of you know what makes those games what they are, and those parts of the game what they are. But it definitely,
Oh,
you can definitely point to it.
no shield.
No
Down.
shield. Oh no.
Frick.
I'm trying to be patient, but I can't. You guys probably can't tell because you might just think I'm letting go of the button, but I keep like dropping back down to the ground very quickly as if I just let go of my button, and that's not because I'm letting go. That's because the game is deciding that I should be on the ground now.
And for some reason tonight, I don't know if I screwed something up, but I'm running out of power so fast.
You might just be getting hit because you're rubber banding. I don't know.
Maybe.
Because that'll drain your.
Yeah, there was no reason for me to run out of power just then. I had just jumped up, was halfway through a cycle of jumping up and going around like we always do.
Yeah.
And my power broke. And then my shield was down, and then I was dead.
I bet you rubber banded into something, because that, I mean, either that or the game would freak out, but that's probably what it was.
Is there even a crawler out here? All I see is Alex.
Yeah, it's in the.
Are you guys seeing this? This is
Yeah.
This is crazy. God.
Maybe we pick one that isn't so difficult.
I mean, I think fire's out because it'll be the same problem. Might even be more frustrating.
True. Well, I mean. Up to you.
Yeah, okay. Problem for solve in a minute. Let's see if we can get through this one first.
Yeah.
Can't seem to sprint. I'm really annoyed because we have the extra range damage this week, so all this stuff should be a lot easier, and it's kind of making it hard mode here. Ooh.
You won't stop us!
Jeez. Can lock on there. Yikes.
Thank you for the carry.
30 minutes. We did that in half the time. You were doing that in half the time yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with my shield, or my power. But I
I
was like, I would get up and then all of a sudden I'm down and my power's like almost nothing. And then next time up, I'm done. Power's out, shield's done, and
I think I really think that you're taking shots to your shield, which drains your power. I just think
okay.
you're rubber banding into them because of the latency, and so you're getting. I think that's what's going on.
Gotcha.
Would be my guess. I mean, it could be that like something random is going on with the power, but I'm pretty sure the rubber
You're
banding
probably right.
explains it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right. Because I went back and checked all my skills, and I'm spec'd exactly the same way I was last time. Actually, the only thing different was I spec'd more into stamina, so I could try not to run out of stamina so fast. But
Yeah.
that's the only thing different that I did. Ah, good grief.
20 is what 40 should be, even if the game worked great. The RNG is brutal. Trust me, yeah. They can't make it any easier because the content needs to last into 27. Yeah, that is a big part of it. I don't think that a lot of people appreciate, the gamers appreciate that the content needs to last into 2027. And that's a big part of it. I do think it's still the drop rates are too low. I do think the scaling is screwed up and the drop rates are too low, and they could still tweak it because right now it's so hard that the average player I think is just not engaging with it, or at least not that much. And I'm also the mind for PvP to be anywhere close to fair and like fun. That everybody needs to be able to get the highest tier gear. Everybody needs to be able to get to tier G5 gear, and it's not really designed for that right now. And so it's just causing that to widen the skill gap in everything. But yeah, they. I would agree though. Like stuff should be one-shotting at level 40. I'm good with that. But the drop rate should also be increasing more up to level 40. And yeah, the scaling on the difficulty, the scaling on drops, all that stuff it's just off. It just needs to be moved around. It's not completely horrible or garbage, but it's not where it should be, and it's not amazing. But the problem we're having right now is the server condition, which is dog water at best. Wait, did I turn in that quest? Oh, I did. I just autopiloted and turned it in because I'm a dork.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I've got it now.
I'm sorry. I didn't even want to turn it in. I just.
Let me see.
I'm sorry.
Which one
Naomi.
is that? Combat or
No, it's gathering. I think. Yeah.
gathering?
Yeah, it's gathering.
Let me get rid of one and see if I can get it. I did not. Sorry.
Rue Kincaid, what's going on, man? Hello, welcome in. Been here a bit. Was catching up on your PvP rant. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what else to say that I haven't said, so I get kind of discouraged talking about it. I think there's a lot of problems. Thank you. Yeah, man. But anyways, truth. I've done probably 150 fire stations, only one G5 rapier, and it's running low on durability. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the flip side, I'm really stoked. I have like 15 G5 Pi rockets. Yeah, I'm sure you are, because it's definitely the most useful weapon in the game by a long shot. Oh my gosh.
Shit, I'm gonna lose my. Oh, that was bad rubber banding.
Oh god, I just threw a grenade. I didn't swap my skills, Nani.
Thank you.
I'm dead.
Oh, I'm out of stamina.
I was like, here, I'll turn and compel that guy. I didn't even look at my gear. Or at my skills.
Trouble.
Gosh.
Trouble. There we go. Nope, I'm dead.
This is adding...
Coming back.
I mean, I deserve that. That was 100% my fault, but it still feels bad. Yeah, the number of pyrockets, the number of ancient ways, the number of flamethrowers that are still completely useless is frustrating. Yeah. Got a newbie question? Yeah, go ahead. If I use... if I use the Assault Seeker plus Grenade, could I demolish low-level stations? Yes. Absolutely. It works really well. And it actually used to be one way you would do the hardest stations in the PvP area. It used to be one way you could do them. Was by just like, as soon as they spawn, throw all that stuff at them. You can also do, I guess once you get a little bit higher level and you have more access, we use the ancient ways here on the trash coming out of the doors, and it works pretty well too. In theory, you would rather use like that's what heavy weapons are for, but they just don't work very well, so it's not a good move. Dude, I can't play anymore today. Rubber banding is so bad it almost landed my Orny in quicksand. Yikes. Yeah, dude, we're struggle bussing over here too, man. Yeah.
Yeah, at one point it sent me nose diving into the deep desert in my assault. and then kicked me out of the game. I was so worried I was going to come back to being eaten.
Eaten by a worm. Yikes.
Yep.
I'm on tier 3 or 4 right now, so I was wondering if I could attempt to go further with the explosion grenades. Yeah, at some point, the only problem with them is they don't scale very well, and so at some point it doesn't, you know, it stops scaling. It's not going to work great for you. But yeah, keep use it until it doesn't. So I don't know if you mean by tier 2. I'm not sure if you're talking about your gear or if you actually mean like level. I don't know if you're doing these overland testing stations. If you're doing the overland testing stations, I believe level 5 is the equivalent of what used to be in the DD, and you could do that on those to some effect. Again, like it wasn't the end all be all, but it did work fairly well, and so you should be able to use it at least until level 5, possibly higher. All right, I'm not gonna throw a grenade and accidentally get one shot here. And then this ancient way situation is what we do here, and it manages to basically one-shot the unshielded guys with 2 missiles. Yeah, he is. He is, Rodrigo. I haven't experienced any rubber banding yet. Really? Really?
Oh,
That's
someone's still alive?
Yeah, there's one guy down here. He ran away from us.
Get back here so we can kill you.
So the rocket launcher plus assault seeker grenade would just melt the level I am at right now? Yeah. The trick, I don't know if you're going to be able to do all 3 of those, just because you got to lock on with a rocket launcher. And then you'd have to go in and hit all those other things. But maybe. I haven't checked the timing on it, is I guess what I would say. Grenade you could throw and give it a minute. Assault Seeker kind of goes directly, but you could throw the Assault. So you could probably do it. I would say yes. It's probably going to be a little bit tricky, but you could absolutely do it, I think. After further contemplation. These stagger immune heavies, they can spam that ability makes a vein in my forehead poke out.
Shield activated.
No, what happened?
I'm gonna have to move. I gotta get out of here. Shield's about to break.
Okay. Oh shit, rubber banding, I can't. Oh my gosh. Coming to join you. Oh wow, that was rubber banding. I don't know where you went.
I just dropped down right below.
Oh my gosh.
But
That was crazy. Go back and forth.
well, that part goes pretty
Yeah,
quick
that
now.
was awful. So mid attack that time, my rocket launcher decided it wasn't going to fire and then reload.
Nice.
Ugh.
Nice. Oh man. Did
And then,
oh good.
sorry, the rubber banding was just crazy. I was like bouncing between the the mobs just back and forth, and I couldn't do anything. I was just my character was just going walk, 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 back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh, there it goes again.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh.
Not.
Forward, back,
No,
forward,
thank you.
back.
Roxy asked, did the loot from the testing stations really change? Did they really drop more gear, weapons, level 5 without being the same weapons and gear? Roxy, or I'm sorry, Rox. The answer to that is yes, in theory it did. They made a little change. So what most players have said is that the double drop weekends, where again we were getting literally double the drops, felt good. And they made a little tweak. A couple little tweaks, and then we're like, yeah, we changed the drop rates, and it's just they're a little bit out of touch with the player experience right now, more than a little bit. They're saying they're still like looking at it. They're gonna continue to, but yeah, it's pretty jacked right now. It's not amazing. Oh, you're not doing a lot of combat. Yeah, that could be why you're not having an issue. Hard Styler Josh, keep up the good work. Hard time for Dune, but we'll get there. Hey, man, appreciate it. I will. And then, is that a Cyrillic alphabet? I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce any of that. But I do not know how you people keep playing testing stations. Oh my gosh.
Glutton for punishment.
yeah.
I don't know. I like them.
The pain makes me feel like I'm alive. Oh my god, I didn't swap any of my skills.
Oh no.
It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. We got it, we got it, we got it. No big deal. I'll finish reading that comment in just a second. Well, in quite a few seconds really, but depending how things go here. Just try to play safe is, I guess, the only thing we can. Okay, I did not press the shoot.
What happened?
I didn't shoot. I didn't press the shoot button. My character's just shot. Like he's just I hadn't pressed anything in a long time, and my character just is like, all right, I'm popping one off. Oh god, it's so bad right now. I don't recommend anybody do anything that you need for game performance for right now. Just want to make that abundantly clear. That's just. Try to pull the big guy out a little bit. That kind of worked. Yikes. Alright, he's pushed.
Damn it. Damn. Holy smokes.
So many guys. I think the rockets are needed. A switch.
Yep. Oh. Out of stam, no shield. Or
Okay.
not stam, power.
Yeah, don't come. Alright, I'll try to get out of your way.
Coming away from you.
Yikes. Got dived into that one on accident. There we go. Now we can shoot the right guy. Alright, we're Oh, is that yours? Oh, that was a great grenade.
Yep.
Excellent grenade.
No! Shit. I'm done. I got no shield. Trying to run.
I believe. Oh dear God, I'm also out of stamina.
Shield's back. Healing up. Alright. What the hell was that? Why can't I move?
God. There's, oh my goodness, there's so many.
Shit.
Not doing any damage.
Yep.
Just surviving right now.
Same. No! Damn.
What's your step, fool?
Damn it.
This will pin you down.
Yikes.
I am just floating, not intentionally.
Yeah, that happened earlier. Like you're floating on the ground and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is
Oh
it
my
also keeps you from being able to actually fly up into the air in a lot of situations.
Yeah, that was a bit.
Yeah, it's. No, thank you.
Damn your decent feelings.
Wow, good job clearing them out. I didn't even hear the explosions. Cannot seem to target. What the?
What was that?
What just happened?
I'm not sure.
Oh my gosh. I can't target with my ancient way, but that's fine, I guess.
Oh, I'm doing alright with it. Thankfully. Okay.
Yikes.
Hey, I'm alive at the end.
Hey, great job. That's awesome. Woohoo!
Yeah, move forward, but I'm here.
Finally got your G5 static needle. Awesome, man. That's awesome.
Oh, nice.
Let me see here. I do not know how you people keep playing testing stations. I was done after 20 to 30 runs. If say true, I hate chapter 3. It is T6 grade system. It finally killed balance. Same way I hate the spec system. Yeah, they both killed balance. No, that's fair, man. Now to go to PvP desert, you have to grind to get 100 in specialization in combat and T6, G4, G5 gear. You're not wrong. It has absolutely done that. Yeah. Vladimir. Oh, okay. Cool. Thank you. Vladimir.
I'm so
All right.
excited.
What'd you get?
GRDA 44 tactical amplifier.
No, it's a tactical one. Oh no.
I saw amplifier, got excited.
Got excited. Oh my
Damn
god.
it.
That's
But I got 5 stuff. 3 like G5 stuff.
Okay.
So
well, I
that's
got
an improvement.
I got this new. It looks like a new weapon. Have anybody heard of G3 Shockley's Bite?
Shockley's Bite? That's what I
Is
got
this a
one
good
of those
one?
Too. We're on a roll.
Oh man. All right, I'm gonna make sure not to turn in this quest on accident.
Oh my gosh. Oh, do you have it again?
Welcome to Imperial Testing.
Oh no, I don't know.
We don't have
I'm
it.
just on autopilot, Nani.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
get
know.
it.
Yeah.
100%. Yep.
How many hours do I have? I have just over 2,000. You have to laugh or you go mad. Yeah. Dude, that your experience getting that static needle is my experience getting a Regis triple shot. I did the lightning station well over 100 times and could not get that friggin' thing. You want to try it one more time? And
Yep.
Yeah. Dude, you just did a little a Liu Kang flying kick. Oh, dude, that is what it looked like, Rodrigo. Yeah, Liu Kang's jump kick. Yeah, where like one leg is kind of bent it like this, then it's out. Yeah, that is what it was. It's a spare in fairness. Oh, well, still. I enjoy the testing stations. I think they're fun. I just have set issues with them. And, you know, you can only do something for so long. So, you know, there is like a limit to how many times you want to run the same thing. All right, I am going to change my skill so I don't kill myself on the
Okay.
first set of ads. I know that's a novel
That's fair.
idea. Talking about gear, and I'm like abusing mine by not taking care of it.
Welcome to Imperial Testing Station number 89. I am Dr. Branza Heino.
Now to lightning, I guess. I still haven't figured out any of the testing stations other than fire and lightning. Okay. If you're solo and you want some guides, Talith has some good stuff out there. I have some more like generic things, but they're not. They're more for helping people get their first clear kind of thing, more so than. What? What?
What happened? Shit, I don't have a.
I want to see what happened.
What
there.
happened?
I'm dead.
I see that.
I'm a little bit perplexed.
Okay.
I'm watching that one back.
Oh, no way. That was not cool. I'm dead. Oh, they let me up. Shield on, because, yeah, no. Where are you at, buddy?
Oh, I dashed out of a slow blade, and it let the slow blade continue, and then the slow blade one-shotted me. So it just didn't count my dash somehow. I seriously thought the game was letting him slow blade his own ally, and I was very confused because that's what it looked like, and I had dashed. But apparently my dash just didn't count or something. But I like dashed and was walking around, and then it still counted the slow blade.
Weird.
Yeah, it's just a little buggy. I think this one might be my last one, Nani.
Yeah.
Understandably, I'm sure.
Oh.
This is... Yikes. Rev said Knight got rubber banded back to level 1. Yeah. Something like that. It's just a wee bit of desync there. Huh. Yeah, I've seen him. Talus help with lightning a lot. Okay, cool. Yeah.
I mean, even with the crap, though, tonight, we are still clearing night, which is better than it was a few weeks ago.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I just, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Just is what it is, I guess.
Yeah.
I need to get that. You know what I need? I need a throwing controller. I need a controller specifically to be I don't even. I play on mouse and keyboard, but throwing a controller when you get mad is there's a long tradition in gaming, and I feel like I need one.
I have dozens of them. I'll send you one.
Send me an old one.
Send you.
Thanks.
Yeah. I mean, isn't that what you do when you have grandkids? You have all the systems for all the kids.
Yeah. Man, that's pretty awesome. Oh my god, I can't even walk. I can't move.
Same. I had to like stop for a second. Oh, stop
I'm
that.
gonna run away because I don't trust. Oh, well. Here, I'll come help
yeah.
you.
Oh,
Run,
he-
Nani,
and then
run,
he-
run,
what?
run
I'm
away.
trying.
Run
I'm
away.
running. Ah, let me out of here. Oh
Yeah, let's. Yikes.
my gosh.
Yikes.
What happened? How did he break that? I'm so confused.
Oh my gosh. How was the creator call Q&A night? Or you can't say much due to NDA? Josh, are you talking about from last week? If there was one more recently, I wasn't part of it. If you're talking about the one from last week, there was they asked us not to share anything until Thursday. Yeah, okay. Then no, I can talk about it, man. I thought it was really good, man. I think it's just the fact that they're doing that at all. I regard as an incredibly positive thing. They were open and honest with their answers. Nani really getting juiced up for this, huh? Wow. Popping
That's
the
what
energy.
you told me to do.
No, it's great. It's great. I like it. You gonna kill that guy, or you gonna, or is he just gonna keep take out my shield? All right.
It wouldn't let me switch weapons.
Just like, are you gonna kill that guy, or are you gonna let him kill me? Or are you just gonna? Can I count on my teammate, or not so much at this point? Here?
Not tonight.
Okay.
It won't let me.
Just wondering. Here, I'll get in on the energy capsule game. Sounds like fun. It seemed like you have this guy, so I was just gonna let you.
Yeah, I'm out of stam now. Thank you for taking over. Hey, Cade.
Hello. What up, Kate?
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
oh,
Cade.
shoot.
I don't think it pushes us beyond a breakpoint, so I don't know that it matters that much, but it's probably a good habit to be in. No, I thought the creator call was really good, man. I think it's, like I said, I think it's great that they do the creator call at all. I think that is, yeah, really speaks well of them and the game. Most companies will not do that. I think that everything they said was, again, I just don't have anything bad. Mine didn't hit. It went through the door, so we're probably gonna have to pull back. Let's just pull back, Nani. It's so laggy. I don't want to die because
running.
game's not working right.
Oh damn.
I don't think we can trust it to work right now.
No, Steve.
I talked about it afterwards a bit. If there's like specifics you're curious about, like there's some really cool stuff they talked about. It seems like Joel, who's the creative director, is interested in like somewhere down the line allowing like being able to hide in the sand like the Fremen do in the movies, and I think that's like maybe on his radar somewhere. I don't think that we're gonna see it necessarily in the super near future, but I think it's on his radar. And you know, we are getting the new armor that like reduces your detection radius. My impression, and I don't know if this is for sure true. Oh my god, there's like 3 of them. I'm gonna not engage, Nani. Pull back.
I just took one.
Oh, okay. All right, then I'll get the guy up
You want the
top.
guy up top? I'll get this
Yeah.
guy. Yep, mine's
There's
2
actually
dead.
2 guys up here, but I guess the one guy's bugged out, so I guess it's fine.
Yeah, I'll get the bug guy. Let you have the other guy.
Yikes. All right, here we go.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think that
Oh shit.
mine.
Did it again.
Yeah, let's just pull back. Let's just pull back.
Okay. Come on, let me over. Let me down.
You good? You good?
Yeah. Sorry, stream. Little panic mode going on.
Oh, good. It's just.
Oh, hey.
Yeah. So I think the 3 things we're gonna get. I mean, are you interested in anything in particular? Sorry, you've replied. Duo Lab seems fun. Yeah, it is fun. Yep. No, the one from last week. That's true. A lot won't do that, or even custom servers. Yeah. The amount of bugs is insane. Yeah, well, what's going on right now is, you might be calling it bugs, but like this is just like the servers are having issues right now. This is because we suspect, because of the launch of Conan, like the relaunch of it, it kind of seems to be likely why the servers. I'm gonna die. Yikes! Oh, there's no
Are
chance I
bogging
don't
down.
die.
So,
Yeah.
do they use the same servers? Forgive my ignorance when it comes to
I
this kind
would
of stuff.
think
Do they
not.
Use the same servers?
I would think. Well, it kind of
You
seems
would
like
hope
it.
not.
It could be internet. It could be where we're connecting to, but people are reporting the same thing. So I don't know. It could be. You know what it could? I mean, it could be just a lot of people playing. It could be a DDoS attack because people, the PvP players, are pissed off. It could be a lot of things. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it launched today, I think. So I think that is a. I imagine there's something going on there.
Yeah, there's something going on because it's been really laggy for me too. And,
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
It could be people trying to like tank that relaunch. It could just be that many people playing. We could look at the Steam charts.
Oh, you still got people up there.
Yeah, there's quite a few. This is as bad as I've ever experienced it, I think.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. My shield is down again.
Oh, I gotta move.
Yep.
Damn.
It's the second time my shield. Oh,
No. Yeah. I'm gonna go hide. More stamina.
yeah. I don't think energy capsule's worth it. I think I'm gonna keep weirding step.
Okay. Oh, hey, dead body. I gotta pick that up.
You know what? We should probably heal up too.
Not a bad idea. All right, you. Dead.
All right. Whoo! We're like four or 5 minutes behind where we normally are. It's tough. Not the same machine, but the same data center, Rodrigo says. If it's in the Midwest, it could be issues for NATO storm. These are in Dallas. These are in Dallas, I think, or Austin. I think it's Dallas, though. They're in Texas somewhere. Yeah. Someone said they didn't answer questions, Wells or yours. Yeah. Insane felt that way. And I actually chatted with him on... Was that yesterday? I think that was yesterday. It feels so far away.
It was
Kamashita,
yesterday.
what's going on, man? No worries, man. Life has been lifting in the most unfortunate way. I am sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, I chatted with him. I had a different perspective on that whole call from him, and we kind of chatted about a little bit about it yesterday. I think some of it, I didn't switch any of my skills. I think some of it for me is that I saw all this coming a while ago. Like as soon as like the game launched, really within the first like couple of weeks, we kind of saw how things were shaping up. It might have taken a little bit longer, but pretty early, the first couple of months before they made any DD changes, I kind of saw the writing on the wall that like things were jacked up and they were not like the way the game was being played. The
Out of power.
systems, all right, were a problem, and they were gonna have to do something about it because they were forcing all these PvP PvE players into PvP who did not want to be doing that, and so to me, it was pretty obvious that it was, you know, some things were going to have to change and what have you, and also realizing like how much of a monumental lift those changes were going to be meant that they were going to be behind on content schedule, and that they were going to be behind on bug fixes and so on and so forth. And so I realized that it was always going to take at least a year I figured like about a year would be okay to maybe get in the game in at least the PvP part of the desert and stuff, like kind of under control, but at least a year. And so I didn't have expectations that everybody else has. A lot of other people, I think, have had expectations of the game, essentially, you know, what they were expecting when the game first, you know, launched, and like there wasn't a problem. And I don't think they took into account. And then I think other people, and a lot of this was players, and this is understandable, by the way. Like, you know, players don't. It's not the average player's job to be. I'm trying not to get mad now. I just consumed all my spice, but didn't set me as spice prescient.
Oh no.
Sorry, Nani.
No, not your fault.
Yeah, so I don't think a lot of people just understood or realized any of those things were happening or were going to happen, and so they had different expectations than I did, and I think some of that is I spend a decent amount of time and have over the years trying to understand more about the development process, what's possible, what's not possible, how these things work from the inside. And I still don't know as much as I'd like, but that kind of stuff seemed pretty obvious to me at the time. So yeah, anyways, so that's some of this, and what I was looking for from Funcom too was not some big announcement, and not a solution to my problems. I was looking for them to be listening to us and for them to overall be moving in the right direction, and I felt like I got that, and I felt like the communication. So I've talked to a lot of games companies. I've gone to conventions, working, you know, like there to meet game developers, there to meet people making games, talk to them, hear about the games and whatever, and you know, again, just spent a lot of time with that. So what I was looking for, I've talked to a lot of social media and marketing people, and these companies now that they're, you know, they'll be like, oh, they're part of the community team. Community team is just another word for marketing. They're trying to, like, it's just marketing. It's just a different way of marketing. And what you'll find, in my humble opinion, I would define that there are two kinds of marketing. There is marketing for good companies and marketing for bad companies. Marketing for bad companies means controlling the narrative. It means pushing what you want people to be talking about when you want people to be talking about it. And again, controlling the narrative, controlling what people know, controlling what they can say, especially if there's someone like me who's a quote-unquote influencer. That term comes. That's what marketing people call us. I don't know if my suspense belt. No, okay, it's working. It's just not working. And then there are good companies who have a good product, and all they're trying to do is get people to see that they have a good product. Can't fly. Don't do this to me, game! Don't do this to me! Sorry, guys. Normally I would just be yelling to the stream, but Nani prefers this, so I'm no longer on push to talk in the Discord. So you get to hear me yell too. A good company just wants to tell people about their product because they know they have a good product and they're trying to make a product that people want. Funcom, so far with my experience with them, and I have talked to them at conventions and stuff before, has generally fallen into the latter. They're not. It's not a lot of corporate BS. They're really just like that creator call. Like, it wasn't super sterilized. What they were allowed to say or anything like that. That was very obvious from it, and they were very transparent. And I think they're trying to move in the right direction. And that all of that is the stuff that I was looking for and cared about. And so that's why I left that call feeling pretty good, because I felt like they're doing the right things, and I wasn't looking for them to have all the right answers or be doing all the right things right now. I just want them to be listening well and trying to listen. They're not listening well, but they're trying to. They're actually, their level of listening is actually tragically bad, but Okay, now my suspensor belt is broken, so that's fun. I don't think I have another one.
So's my power pack.
How close am I to dying?
No. You're really close.
I'm pretty close. I don't know if I'm really
Yeah.
close, Nani. Let's keep that cup half
Okay,
full.
well-
Let's keep that cup half full. Okay.
You got this.
All right,
Finish
there-
it, Knight. Finish it. Please finish it. You got this.
Don't make me go back in there. Finish it, please.
Oh, we done? Oh, thank God we're
Yeah.
done.
You're amazing.
Ah!
Did you fall over and die?
No, we're good. Oh, I did have another suspensor belt. I did bring a third. I just didn't
Oh,
think
cool.
I had one, so I was like, I'm not going to try to swap
Where's
it
my dead
out.
bot? Yeah, there it is.
It does feel good that some of that effort towards trying to understand game development more has paid off. Having a chance to talk with people who are technical and who are game devs too has helped with that a lot. And a lot of those people I've met through gaming, through friends of friends. Oh, look, I got nothing! Nothing I wanted.
I got another ambition
Oh, did you get a
and another
G5?
the shocking spy. Yeah, a 5 ambition and a 5 Shishakli spite.
What's up, Nani? We go way back, right? We're friends. We're pals, right? We've been cool.
What is it? You want my ambition?
I mean, I want you to have ambition, but it sounds like you have ambition and you have more ambition than you probably need.
think?
I have never had ambition. Literally, it's never dropped for me. So
Okay, fair.
I would.
You did kind of carry me, so you know. there's that.
Your lack of ambition is catching up with you. Is that what you're saying?
It is. It is.
There you go.
Can you pick it up?
It's over here. It's right here.
Oh my
In
God,
this
I was
box.
panicking. I was like, I don't see it. Oh dear God.
Yeah, it's covered in sand because
Okay.
you know
Okay.
why not?
Jeez, I was terrified. You're just gonna leave this
Yeah, I
to
was a little
Shockley's
panicked for a
fight?
second.
Really? Really?
Oh, it's a 3, and I got a 5, so I figured I'm just upgrading, right?
Yeah, no, it's garbage.
It is,
Oh.
and I've got
Welcome to
so
Imperial
many.
Testing Station number 89. I am Dr. Branza station supervisor.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. That was a lot
So
of fun.
appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna say bye to the stream, and I'll be right back. Oh, I didn't give Nani a chance to say goodbye. Nani says goodbye, everybody. She was probably saying that. I hit the button pretty quick there. Yeah, I don't want to say, but yep, I heard from him. And you know, the other thing is like I think that the frustration that people are having with the game is completely valid right now. Like I think there's a lot of frustration to be had. It's just about setting. You know, the thing that will piss you off the most in my experience, the thing that can be well, not the most, but like one of the most is having expectations that are then like you're let down, and then having expectations, you know, having some other, you know, expectations and being let down, and so on and so forth, and like understanding, hey gal, understanding like what can be done is pretty important for that, and like again, just like knowing that, hey, it's going to take them at least this long because that's how long development time takes is a big deal. And you know, like Insane is he's said he's worked as QA and stuff like that, so he has some insight. I've never worked for a games company making, you know, digital games or whatever, so you know, I don't have that experience, but just from my Anyways, let me see what else you had to say here. I don't know some other creators disagree. Well, it's really nice to hear. I've seen corporate and controlling people, and it's definitely not a good thing. Yeah. I don't think a lot of the other content creators are. Yeah, man. You know, a lot of people become content creators, right? Like they just like playing games, you know, and so like everybody comes with a different perspective. And you know, the most important thing for actually being a successful content creator is just being entertaining. to be totally honest with you. You can be a lot of things, and just as long as you're entertaining, that's kind of the only thing that matters. You can be crass. You can be kind of an idiot. You can be, and I say that as like not necessarily, as a persona or whatever. You can do a lot of different things as long as you're just entertaining. The thing that I care about and like and want to do is to talk about like the games industry as a whole, like how games are made, all that kind of stuff really interests me. How for a lot of people, it's like, no, I'm just playing a game and stuff like that. So it's kind of my niche, is I guess what I try for it to be. I always want to be better at it, and I don't feel like I'm like a subject matter expert, and I would love to be that. I would love to get there. But yeah, I just come at it from a different perspective is all. One of the things with Insane, like his channel, just talking to him the other day, and you could see that live stream, man. Just talking with him the other day, like I realized he's incredibly detail oriented about like the individual parts of the game. And I don't necessarily, thanks, man. I appreciate it, Josh. I don't really look at it as I'm kind of often looking from a macro perspective, and like also like a lot of the details. All I care is if it's fun, and I'm not necessarily caught up in as many details. And then everybody has stuff too that they care about. Like if something had like a garbage storyline, I probably still wouldn't care. I'd feel like, yeah, there was a story. Some people didn't like it, so. Yeah, there's also that. But I think the biggest part, though, is just, the thing I choose to kind of look at is, like, where is this game going to go? Because if you have expectations that you're going to get content, you're not going to get it, whatever, it's very disappointing. And if you have some sort of idea of what you're going to get, then you can decide, you can make an informed decision on, do I want to keep playing this right now? Or do I want to like take a break? A lot of my friends, people that I'm like, Dune is really fun, and people ask me about it. Do I recommend it? And it's a complicated answer because you can play several hundred hours solo or only with a couple of friends, and easily get your $40, $45, whatever it is, out of the game. Each one of the expansions, I think, also provides for that. So if you're looking at that, it's like, is the game worth it? 1,000%. Yeah, absolutely. Do you want PvP? It's not that great. Are you most interested in in-game, right? Like many of us play MMOs, and we're just like we go for the in-game. And so right now the in-game it has a lot of bugs. And that's also the thing too. It's like right now it's got a lot of bugs and a lot of issues, and stuff like that. Oh, Luva, I'm just rereading your message. What do you mean by some other creators disagree? Would you tell me what you mean? Because I'm really curious, and I'm just now seeing that comment. Help me, because I don't know what exactly. I think I misread it when I read through it, or I heard it wrong. Yeah, if you're looking for really evolved in game and stuff like that, right now it's not there. If you're looking for polish and stuff like that, like wait a year, give it some time, let it cook more. At this point, I would say I'd be looking at maybe coming back around the time the movies come out, whenever they do I think they're going to try to do a little bit more around that time. That would probably be a good time. But with all of these games, with all these large games, the longer you wait, if I wasn't a YouTuber, by default, I am a late adopter. I am the person who's like, I'll let other people go through all of the problems, and I'll pick it up once all that stuff is gone. And that can change your experience of a game too. Yeah. I want to give Luva Luna a minute to respond if they are still around and are near keyboard before we go, because I'm curious. Kamashita, man, I'm just seeing your comment, dude. I am so sorry to hear that, man. That is... Oh, man. Mom died and this Saturday's her funeral. That's tough, man. I'm so sorry to hear it. That is rough, man. No, I appreciate your take. Hey, no problem. Yeah. I wish I knew. I think a lot of creators disagree with my take on Funcom and how they're responsive or not responsive. Yeah, I know a decent amount of people that creators that would disagree on that. I can point to a lot of evidence of them trying to listen. I can point to a lot of evidence of those things. Like I said, myself and Insane, we were both in the same call, and I left thinking, again, I mentioned to him when we talked yesterday on the stream. It's like it was like we were at two different calls in some ways. Like if someone heard what I thought and then they heard what he thought, they might think we're in two different calls. And it's just, I think, the way we are perceiving things and are reading things. I think that he was looking for something now. I think he wants things now. He wants fixes to this stuff now, which is totally understandable and totally fine for all gamers to be like, yeah, we want this stuff, we want it now, and what have you. I was never expecting that. I don't think it's possible for them to do that right now. I think they're very far behind, and so I wasn't disappointed when they didn't give us those answers. My question on PvP, I was very happy with his answer. And his answer was very open and honest of like, listen, I'm not the only one who makes decisions. I've got a boss too. And right now the money says that most players are interested in PvE. And so we have to give them a PvE end game. And the entire design for the game was that the end game would be this mix PvE VP in the deep desert. And that did not work. That was a huge mistake, and that did not work, and so that all got thrown out. So they had to recreate a PvE endgame, which is these testing stations, which again they're a lot of fun. They did an incredible amount of work in a very short period of time, but they're still like underbaked, and there are problems with them. And they're also, I don't think they probably had time to play this game. I think they've probably been a little bit panicked on stuff. Like they're very out of touch with the average player's experiences. I told them this. I told them that I thought, that people were memeing and it made them look unprofessional and just completely clueless on their own game, not understanding that it was boss health was never the issue on group testing stations. It was the number of ads spawning, and they did hear that. It took us screaming about it, but they did hear it. I think they're trying to listen. A big problem that all game development companies have is the level of people, a lot of people saying a lot of different things, right? And some people screaming, and you have a very vocal minority sometimes. People that really want one thing that they had in a game once upon a time, and they want that moment back, and they're just not going to get it. But what I saw with the call, the thing that I took away from it is that they were trying to listen. And they were trying to, they're trying to listen. And they're trying to listen to player feedback, and that's what matters to me. And I think for a lot of creators, they wanted something yesterday, and that was just never going to happen. And again, I don't like that's still kind of the company's fault. Like it's their kind of communication, right? That is the problem. But I think a lot of this stuff is there's being malice and I don't know. There's being malice attributed to stuff sometimes that is just like, no, it's just people have incredibly high expectations on some of this stuff. Maybe that's valid, but these companies aren't up to the task a lot of times. And one of the things that like us as gamers, I don't know, it's a complicated thing because one of the things that us as gamers we have is that we'll be frustrated. When you feel like every game is doing something wrong, right? Like that happens, doing something wrong. And there are a couple of reasons that can be, okay? So you can be frustrated at a game, right? Like all games do this thing. And so one of the things that all games do is none of them produce content at a rate that makes players happy. That almost never happens. And the reason for that is because with our current tools, it is nearly impossible to produce content at a rate that all players will be happy with. That's generally true. Some games that do, there are ways of doing it. There are ways of designing systems and stuff so that you can pump out content that is repeatable and very fun, very easily. But for the most part, I would say like 90+% of games, like people would like more content faster than they get it on their favorite game. And the reason for that is just because the tools available to make the product, and the cost that it has, right? And as we get better tools, that allows you to make stuff more quickly. And we are getting better tools in the game development industry. Games can be much bigger than they used to be. Players expect them to be much bigger than they used to be. And there's a lot of stuff with that kind of goes along. So that's one situation where, unfortunately, that is just a reality of the games industry right now. And there are people that are working. I mean, Unreal 5, right? These really developed game engines make it easier for people to make games and make content faster. PvE players keep games financially alive. I like PvP and didn't mind the PvP endgame, but most people don't have hours to play nor the skills to keep up with meta builds. Yeah. Dollars are dollars. A lot of PvP players would say the exact opposite thing. I think there's some interesting things to note, like how quickly the PvP players abandoned the game when it wasn't doing exactly what they wanted. You want sticky customers, and I think ones that are into the story and not just killing someone else, essentially like a battle royale game, are probably a lot more comfortable for investors and for like financial people. But there's that is a nuanced thing that I don't really have time to go into right now. But just to go back to what I was saying though, another issue you could be like, oh, all games do this, and all games are having this problem. Let me think of one. I mean, I would say like 90+% of games. This might not be. Many games have bugs in them that upset players and aren't dealt with quick enough. And maybe not 90%, because there are some games that are really good about that. Now, I would say that the actual problem with that in most situations is that the company itself. So one, there's players will say they care a lot about the game not having bugs. But what players show financially, what they really care about is new content. And so players will say, don't put out the new content. We want the bugs fixed. And the answer is like, well, if they just put out new content and left the bugs, most players would still just buy the new content and keep complaining about the bugs, but they wouldn't make a financial decision. So that disincentivizes the company, and the company will look at that. Most companies will look at that, and they'll go, well, this is what actually matters, is that we produce new content, and so we're not going to fix these bugs. Now, you have indie games companies that want to fix the bugs because they want a good player experience, because they're also gamers, and the people that are making the decision aren't the financial people. It is the people that are, it is the gamers that are running the game, right? And so then you'll get some different outcomes in those situations. But a lot of games companies, the way they decide if they're going to fix a bug is they will look at something and they go, well, how many sales is this costing us, this bug? How many sales will we generate if we fix it? And if the answer is not that many, then you're like, and then how much development time is it going to cost to fix that bug? And a lot of times, the people that have to fix the bugs are the programmers. And the programmers are some of the most expensive people at the company. Because if they're a really good programmer, they could be working in Silicon Valley, right? And so, or they're working at that company because they just really love games, or because they couldn't actually work in Silicon Valley because they're self-taught, or something else, but still they're paid more and their time is more valuable. And if it's between like this small bug and this small situation that's really annoying and like something that's game breaking, or something that's really important like a console release, they're going to focus on the console release. They're going to focus on the game breaking bug. And what that can mean is like Helldivers had a bug that when you would close out the game, when you would go to quit, the game would freak out and you'd have to force close it. That is a bug that is at the bottom of the list. You're already quitting the game. It just doesn't quit right. And it's like, well, it's not crashing during play. It's not really affecting your play session. Like, that bug is going to the bottom of the list, you know? And so it's like, yeah, we're going to fix everything else before we get there. And that's how this kind of stuff happens. Rodrigo says in this case, there's honoring the season pass and the contract with Legendary for the movies. That's also a pretty big thing as well. Yeah, that kind of complicates things. That's like another layer of complication, Rodrigo. So I don't know if I want to get into that. And that's the other thing too, is that a lot of players assume game development is like simple and easy, and you know, in some sense it is, and in other senses it's really not. So okay, so that's two things. So we have problems that all game companies do that are unfortunately we can only blame the current state of the industry, and there's no really one person to blame, and it's just an issue, and it's something that all games companies will have, and it's a question of how well do they manage it. Okay, and the best way to manage that, almost certainly, there's a couple different ways, but one of the best ways, I guess, maybe not speaking absolutes, I don't want to be a Sith, one of the best ways to deal with that is to plan content and to make your game in such a way, and your tools to make the game, to invest in them, so that you can create a lot of repeatable content that's still very fun and engaging, and is, how many different dungeons can you build? Quite a few with some of the same tools that are all fun and different and engaging. That's the kind of stuff like, okay, we need new art assets, but we can get that. And so that's one of the way. Rodrigo says it's just two factors that force them to make content instead of focusing on gameplay. Oh, okay, that was your point. Yeah. That's a very good point. Right, they have to put out a certain amount of content, and if they've already sold season passes and stuff. Yeah, I see what you're saying now. Instead of bugs, and yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so that's a great point, Rodrigo. Thank you, Ben. I don't think I was picking up on it, make some monologuing and stuff. Yeah, so one is that it's just the games industry. I'm losing my train of thought now. Another one is let's think. Or Rodrigo, if you have a suggestion on one. Yeah, one of them is like the confusion of what players say they want and what they actually want, and then other outside factors causing things to happen. Sometimes a third one is incompetence, guys. Sometimes it is just incompetence. Like, I'd like to say it's not true, but most large companies are ran pretty poorly, guys. And games companies are not. They're different, but they're not that different. And so, like, it can be any number of things that cause players to, like, all be kind of upset with games companies and stuff like that. But it can be important to understand what is going on, right? And understand where someone's time is going to be spent and have to be spent, right? Like, if console stuff is a big deal because there is a process that you have to submit your game to the company for them to run checks on it to make sure that it's going to run properly the way they want it to on their machine. And there's also other things as well, like you can't, they might not allow certain things in their game, or if they are allowed, they have to be integrated with the console or whatever, right? It can't be with the company that runs the, you got to be integrated with PlayStation or with Xbox to have that kind of content in your game. And so those are just further complicating factors that go into these things, and they have to submit the final version of the game much earlier so that it can go through that process of checks so that it will be allowed on the platform. And so they have to do that earlier, and because that is an external thing, there is only so much they can do to speed that process along, and so they have to prioritize that above other things. So that is another thing that kind of plays into this, and the TLDR on this is that it is more nuanced and more complicated than I think most people give it credit for. And again, understanding when it's like, oh, all games companies do this. I think a lot of players, if all games companies do this, their frustration level is through the roof with it, and they also just like, oh, this game company sucks because it's like some, if it's not enough, they're not producing enough content. Well, some of that is like, are they managing that well? Maybe they're not, and so that's a valid complaint. Maybe they're doing the best they can, and it's just never going to be enough for players. And I mean, I have friends that do this, and you're like, how many hours do you have in the game? And they're like 500. And I'm like, it came out last Tuesday, right? And they're like, yeah. And you're like, how the fuck do you have 500? Do you have a time machine? And like that happens. And they're like, yeah, dude, not enough content in this game. And I'm like, how many hours do you have? 1,000? Oh, okay. And the game came out last month. And you're like, how is this possible? That happens, and you're like, okay, you might bring it down a notch. And you might also be like, you know what? Yeah, they are producing content well enough because they're not doing a good job of making systems that are, repeatable with, fun content and like being able to, do level design here and make a new level here, a new dungeon or whatever it is. Certification. Rodriguez says they call it certification, and every time you change code, instead of just the pack assets, you get back into certification. Yeah, anytime you make a change, you have to resubmit for certification. So they want to get everything in a final state to be able to send. And I don't know if you guys are interested. We could try. I mean, I would love to have somebody on to chat about some of this stuff because I think it would be pretty interesting. It'd be interesting for me. I don't know if it'll be interesting for everybody. But yeah. Anyways, what players do is they get mad about some of this stuff, and like some of it, Funcom made a mistake, and they made a big mistake, and so a lot of the stuff flowing from that is from that mistake, and you can't expect them to do the impossible. You can't expect them to now be able to they had an idea for what the game was going to be, and then that didn't work out. There was a problem, and so now it's like all hands on deck. Like, how do we turn this ship? How do we do something different and still make players satisfied? And I think that's what they need to do. And but players also, again, having expectations that they're going to be able to do this relatively quickly is just, it was just never going to happen. And so a lot of people are really mad about that. And I'm not mad because, again, I knew it was going to happen. I expected this. And I mean, I could have been wrong, right? Like, but yeah, anyway, so I just kind of look at it like, hey, here's what we got. Here's what the game is right now. Am I happy with that? Am I happy with how they're listening? I think they could listen better. I think they're trying. I would like to help them with that. Like, one of the things they said in the call is that they can change some of the numerical values of stuff, but they can't spend coding time to fix these skills. Like if they need to totally rework the way that Poison Tooth works, not saying they do. Actually, I think they probably don't. But they need to go in and change some of this stuff from doing X amount of damage, like we were talking about earlier, the Assault Seeker and an explosive grenade. Like, the damage on these is garbage in the current state of the game, and they could change this to where it scales properly. Is what they could do. In this case, Rodriguez says, in this case, Pack has stuff like the graphics, but also the boss HP, weapon damage mitigation curves. There's a lot you can do with Pack changes. Okay. Yeah, I actually know someone who probably knows an insane amount about that certification process, and I should probably ask him about it. I hate bothering sometimes. A lot of times I just ask the info as I need it, and it's useful. But I would love to know that process better. I've definitely had it explained to me more than once, but I just don't remember everything. But changing a skill from flat values to percentage of weapons is code. Yeah. Yeah, but is it code that like a super junior or even someone who's not strictly a coder could change? Because you're just going in and changing that one value, right? Like, you're changing, and some of the stuff is hard coded, which is part of the problem. Like, they hard coded a value in there, and it just needs to be changed as they could literally copy the code for crippling, or not crippling strike, for retaliate. Of course, then there is the fear if they need to have enough expertise that they're not going to break some shit while they go in there and fix it. But I would think that someone pretty low skilled could do that. Yeah. And what we're talking about with like changing the code, all of it's code, right? But I think what we're actually saying is like, are we having to program, you know, an ability, a new ability, because then you're doing something that's different. Yeah. Yeah, if it was well coded, but yeah, you get into the cert. Well, I don't think we're talking about I'm not talking about for the launch now, Rodrigo. I'm just talking about for the game in general. Yeah. That's why you need to have a final version in PC. Well, there's always updates though, man. There's always going to be updates and changes and everything. I don't know what they're planning. I mean, that's why a lot of games companies, and that's why if you're on console, you often get content after PC, because they want to they want to get everything ready to launch on PC, and then they can submit it for certification. But that's an ongoing process with these live service games. So they could. I mean, they've had a lot of times before now. Like even if they're in certification now, or trying to get to it, like they've had a lot of time, and there'll be time in the future. They don't need to do it now. I don't need it now. It just should be fixed, and it should be on the radar, and I don't think it has been. So what I would like to do is go through these and like offer some hopefully low difficulty like fixes for them for a lot of this stuff, because I really think that's what we could use right now. Yeah. Anyways, guys, I've been chatting for a while. We're going to call it here for tonight. Whenever we get stuff to do on PTS, we will yeah, it'd be great, Rodrigo. I'd love that. If stuff comes out tomorrow, I'll work it into my schedule as quickly as I can, so that we'll be trying out the new testing station, because I think that would be fun, and I'd like to give it a try for my own enjoyment, if nothing else. But yeah, we'll see you guys then. And if that keeps getting pushed back or some other day, just know I'm just going to kind of wait. I think that's the main thing I'm looking to stream next. So just so you guys know. All right. Thanks, Krabby. Appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. Rodrigo, always a pleasure, man. Josh, thanks for dropping in. Crypto Bobby, also appreciate your comments, man. And Gal, always dropping in. Kamashita, man, I hope you're still there. I'm going to reach out to you afterwards, man. Say hello. Luva Luna, I think you might have gone. I'm sorry, I misunderstood your comment. But yeah, hope you're there. Rev, I appreciate you always for dropping in, man. Rev has been incredibly. A lot of you guys have been. Guys, people were saying nice things to me in Discord last night, and it means a lot. I really appreciate you guys. I really do. It's been quite nice. Bass, thanks for your comments as well. And I'm sure there's some others that were missing. Baxt earlier, and I like to give a shout out to everybody. Chiba, and I also like that we can disagree sometimes too and still have civil conversations. Anyways, guys, have a great night, and we'll see you mañana.